uh,
Fair dues.
no, like
There are a couple alcohols that smell really nice, bro. Trust me, I
no,
could find one.
I hear it. I just I've never had that feeling. Plus, I hear everyone being like, "Yeah, we drink too much, you get a headache and all that." I'm like, I get headaches because I'm tired right now. I don't want to get headaches because of something I do to myself. Like, so no,
I know it makes me sound bad, but there's something quite just chilling about a wave. Don't drink to get drunk. I would never ever endorse anybody to drink to get drunk. Being drunk is actually stupid. It is. Don't drink to get drunk, but drink to get waved, bro. Being waved, that's the one, bro. You just feel like life is just better. You
but
just
it's a short term feeling though, isn't it?
yeah. It's a short term feeling, but
Yeah.
sometimes we need those short term feelings. Like when I heard the news about Mo yesterday, she needed a short term feeling,
No, but
bro.
here's the thing though. I believe, like, without going too philosophical and all that, I believe I can have as much fun as someone else when we go out if I'm even if I'm not drunk. So I don't feel the need for it.
And you've done it with
Yeah,
me.
yeah, you
So
yeah, obviously you guys see me.
I fully rate that.
Yeah,
I
like
fully,
I've never had
fully,
that.
fully, fully. Because you know
Yeah.
what it is. You see, when I'm out and I don't really. This is gonna sound bad. I'm not a people person in that way. I don't like being in a room just full of people. I'm not that. Like too many people. Like, you know what I mean? I'm
I
not
said
in
I'm
it.
press resistant, you know.
So I like you see what it is. If my inhibitions aren't lowered a little bit, I actually get irritated around a lot of people. So you see, like when I go for a night out or I'm around a lot of people, drinking helps me to just feel relaxed so that things don't irritate me, like somebody bumping past me 3 times in a row. But if I'm sober, that's that's gonna start really bothering me. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Like
No, I hear that.
I've been on the way to work and barged someone out the way and then said, what? Because like I'm in one of those moods because you know what I mean? I hate people. It's too many people. I was ram up on the train all more like, you know what I mean? Like, right, I'm not feeling it. It just helps you to relax and just enjoy yourself a bit more. So I rate people like you who can have a banging night out and not have
Mm.
any intoxication whatsoever. I rate that. I actually think it's an endorsement on your personality. I actually think it makes you a better person that you can
I
go out
appreciate
and have a wonderful time and there's nothing about it but your vibes. So I rate it. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them people, man.
I think you're more of a people person than you think you are, though.
Maybe, but big crowds. That's why I don't do festivals and like I'm
Oh
not
no,
one
I
of
wouldn't.
them.
Oh no, I
Do you
wouldn't
know what
do
I mean?
festivals.
Like
But
I
I wouldn't
don't
do
like.
festivals because of I. It's gonna make me sound like a stuck up, but like little things like being able to use a clean toilet and stuff like that, and shower and all that. I couldn't do the whole festival thing. Like I just couldn't. I hate using dirty toilets and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah, that's
I
not the
just
one at all, bro.
it's the worst for me. So I couldn't do a festival or anything like that. Big crowds don't really affect me, providing it's something decent. But yeah, I couldn't do the festival and all that sort of stuff. That's not for me, man.
But it would be the crowd that would be the part that would bother me. Like 5,000 people all around me and I'm in the middle. Nah, I'm claustrophobic, bro. I don't do that, bro.
No, I hear it. I hear it.
That's not
I
for
hear
me,
it.
you know what
No, I hear it. I hear that. I fully hear that. I
I mean?
just fortunately I don't feel that way. But like things like heights and all that now, yeah, miss me out, man. Miss
Big up
me
Imran
out.
that do you like attending weddings? I actually do. I was at a wedding yesterday. Quite ironic. I do. Weddings are nice.
Nah, I do like a good wedding, man.
Yeah, weddings are nice. It's an excuse to get dressed up.
Mhm.
That's what you know. As you get older, you appreciate excuses to get dressed up. And that's what a wedding is. It's an excuse to get dressed up. Put on your best threads, little bow tie, waistcoat. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, I do like a good wedding.
I probably feel like that now, but when I was working in the city and all that before, I'd have to dress smart every day. So I probably
Every day.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Whereas
using
now,
your element, man. You're a suit
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
That
no,
you must
I do,
love
yeah,
that.
I do like suits and shirts and ties. So it's more
Mm.
weird for me now dressing casually than wearing like a shirt and a tie and all that. Yeah.
But yeah, don't. One thing I will say, people, don't drink to get drunk. That's not the one. Don't drink to get drunk. Just drink to get waved. And if anyone doesn't know what I mean by waved, you just feel nice. You just feel nice. Life just feels nice. You know what I mean?
No, you never know. One day, I say that I won't. You know, I won't. I won't. The missus has been trying to convince me for the most amount of time to have a drink or two. I don't see it happening, man. But at the same time, I don't have a problem being around anyone who is drunk or drinks.
Yeah, I tell you what. I tell you when I would have been able to convince you to have a drink if we'd have been on that yacht for the quadruple party.
No, because then I would have absolutely wanted to remember every single moment of that. So
No, I wouldn't have got you drunk. I would never have got you drunk.
No, but remember,
I would have just said like, come on, you got to have a glass of champagne.
No, but remember, I don't know how my body's going to react, bro, because I've got no tolerance to it.
Yeah, that's why one glass of champagne.
No, but it could be a glass of champagne to you. For me, my body could be doing an absolute madness with that champagne, bro.
Yeah. I've got a brethren who's an elite athlete, and he got drunk on a Bacardi Breezer because his body is so unused.
That's like one of my good friends. He won WKD and he's done.
That means that he's got a really healthy system. If alcohol gets you drunk that quickly, yeah. But then again, the tearing shares are bringing down your health levels, so you might be all right.
That's what but this is why I say I don't sit here and do the whole like I'm a health freak and all that when I speak about alcohol and weed and stuff, because you guys know my diet. My diet is shocking at times. So I just take it.
We're sugar babies, that's for a fact.
Fully. I'm not gonna lie, you're the plug still. You're actually the plug.
Yeah, I'm even gonna calm down myself. I'm gonna calm down myself still. I gotta try.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
You ain't calm.
Doogie is asking clubs or house parties. If I don't know you, club. If I know you, house party. I don't like house parties where I don't know whose house it is. I'm not one of them people.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
I don't know who's there and who's going to be there, then I'm not going to a house party.
Yeah, and plus, there's no ventilation in a house party in England. I know Americans have like ACs and that, but most people in England don't have AC. There's nothing worse than a sweaty ass house party.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you can literally smell the testosterone. It's gross.
Yeah,
yeah,
not for me. Right, let's get our next caller in. We ain't seen him for a while. He says he never lies to us. We're gonna find out tonight. The brewery without the locks.
You know, big up you, man. Congratulations to Rods for finding his birth certificate, because I know he had a bondage, man. He's talking to his son all this time, and then he say, yo, Zabiri, it's my birthday or nothing, bro. Nah, bro, I feel violated, man. I've been talking to this man all last summer, man. Didn't even say, yo, it's my birthday still, you know, my G. Nothing, bro. Probably just found his birth certificate. But anyway, big up to Rods, man. Hope you have a blessed earth strong in it. No, I thought my man fell off a bread truck or something, man. It's one of them ones, I guess, man. Anyway, I'm just glad I got you, man, to laugh still, because most of the fan base has been stressing and pressing, but never lie to you, man. You know what I'm trying to say? How you guys been, man?
I'm blessed, man. Good to see you, bro. You know what's mad? I was actually thinking the other day, right, I've seen Zabiri for a minute. Like, genuinely, like, because I knew it was coming up to the calling show. So, like, it's good to see you, bro.
Hey, no, man, it's good to see you guys as well, man. I know you guys limit the calling show, so I have to, like, rearrange my entire life and stuff just to make sure I don't miss the one. You know what I'm trying to say? But, nah, big up to you, man, and that. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, man, and that, bro. You know what I mean? Nah, because back in the day it was calm, you know, if I missed this week, I'm like, damn, man, I missed it. Or, you know, I came in late. I'm like, all right, you know, I'll catch him next week. Bro, I don't see you, man. I don't hear from you, man. None of that. I mean, man, out here twerking in boxes and shirt on stream and that. Didn't even say, yo, Zabiri, come party with me or nothing, you know. I'm like, damn, man. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm saving up to come to Anfield and sing at the top of my lungs, and then man are telling me I can't sing. No, bro, I'm gonna be honest. I'm stressing, not because of the state of the club, but because of the state of some of the fans. Some of the fans and the way they approach things is stressing me out. really, really stressing me out, man, because we bought two bad boy signings. Yeah, we know we let go 6 waste man in that, but that's neither here nor there. They're not here. Not good enough, obviously. So we let them go. And we brought in two bad boy. No man is really waving the bad boy flag. Man talking about holes need plugging. Bro, what kind of job are you signing up for, bro? I didn't come here to plug holes. Bro, I come here to celebrate, bro. I come here to vibes, man. Bro, I'm with 12 men. I'm on that quad, fam. We're getting it. We're eating it. I know it's Europa quad. It's not as flashy, but we're eating that, fam. I'm telling you right now,
a quad is a quad, bro. A quad is a quad.
Hey, you see what I'm trying to? Yo, I'm eating it and I'm taking it, man. But what I wanted to touch on though is Jurgen Klopp came to our club, and obviously I've been critical of him, and I critique him and I critique certain things he does. And he said, "Yo, I'll never sign a guy for 100 mil." FSG, this is the first football club they've owned. So in a way, we can say it might have taken us a while to get with the times, but we are with the times. Klopp said, "Yo, that thought process might have been wrong." How many times is this guy gonna come out and say that approach might have been wrong? I'm not here to say fire him, but all I'm trying to say is, us fans, we need to move with that progress that the club is making. I'm over the moon knowing that we're willing to spend 150, not in boxes and t-shirt settings, but I was still excited when I saw it. I'm like, yeah, nah, man, there you go. Put your foot down, son. And I heard your comment earlier, Drifty, and you said it's once in a blue moon. What are you gonna tell me next season when we do it again? What are you gonna say when we keep doing it?
We gotta get there first, G. We got
no. Don't do it. Oh, we gotta get there first.
No, we gotta get there first. Bro.
Don't do that, bro. All I'm saying is, well, I think we're getting with the times. We can debate whether or not it's late or we're a bit slow to get there. But we know it's slow and steady, man. I like the ship. I think the ship is steady. I'm not saying I'm okay with all things. Obviously, there's some things I don't like, but my values is aligned with the club and even the manager at times. That I'm just like, yo, why aren't fans seeing this and appreciating it? You know what I'm trying to say? This is what this sport is about. Cal can have his opinion, even though they're one-nighters. I don't know how your missus let you slide with that one-nighter. Because if I had a chick and she did something that she's never done for one night, I'm questioning that. I'm taking her to court on that. Drifty, you've known man for years, never did something like that. And he just acts out of character. If Cal drinks, I'm taking him to court because I don't trust him. Come on, it was just one night. One night, my ass. That been in there. Drifty, you don't think that been in there? That been in there, fam. I don't trust you, Cal. And I've always tell man, you know what, man, Kopish, they come with some weird takes and points and, they right to the fan base and that. But Cal, you can trust him. Church going, Bible study, got more dress clothes than slacks and that. And then he went in to work like that. I'm like, don't trust him. One bad show and Cal is on OnlyFans pouring orange juice all over himself. I don't trust this guy. Nope. Matter of fact, I changed your name from Dog Cal to OnlyFans Cal because it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But anyways, speaking of only a matter of time, it's only a matter of time before the club gets it right. When I say club, it's not about FSG or club. I think it's the in-between. We can all see it's the in-between. And because we don't know exactly the in-between, we're just going to the spectrum. The bottom end of that is club. The top end of that is FSG. I think it's the middle piece. And I've always said this. I'm trying to say the backroom staff, it ain't staffing. It's never staffed for years, man. So I think we need to figure that out. I don't know who's it is on to figure it out, but I don't put it on FSG because they're not a footballing people. So they don't really quite know who to really rely on or lean on for the right expertise. Because if man is saying, yo, there's 115, and then next week you only spend 20 out of that, bro, that's sus, bro. What you doing with the rest, bro? You have it to spend it, man. You see what I'm trying to say? Spend the money, bro. I don't want to hear, Klopp doesn't want this guy, none of that. We have the money. Let's spend the money. What the fan base said, we're cheap. We'll find out we're not really that cheap. Ben saying that as well. But anyway. And there's a guy that came on earlier. I want to point him out for you guys. So when he comes on again, don't let him say nothing other than talk system. Mike Datz. The guy's like a systems engineer, man. The way he breaks down systems and shit like that, I think is really good. And Mike, if you're still here, you're doing the fan base a disservice talking about anything other than systems. I like your points on systems. But big up you, man. I'll try to, cancel all things. whenever the call-in show was on, man. Because you man I didn't get that memo, fam. I jumped in a chat and it was like, yo, premiere. I'm like, premiere? Wait, these men don't do lives no more. What's the premiere, bro? I had to Google. Laughing, bro. I had to Google a YouTube premiere, fam. I was like, oh, it's a pre-recorded show. I'm like, rah. I'm in there like, yo, send the link. 1 hour, I'm in there talking about sending the link, man. I was done out, man. Man in the chat calling me stupid and that, bro. It's all good, though, man. It's all love. Glad you man enjoying yourself.
Always a pleasure, bro. You
on,
always
man.
brighten up the mood, man. Big up yourself, G, man.
But I have to ask you, though, have I ever told you, man, a lie?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah, I'd have to dig in the archives.
There's no receipts, fam. And the next thing I'm gonna say is, man, stop saying I'm a troll because you can't answer the question. Cal, talking to you. Anytime I ask you a question, you're talking about, you being a troll. Nah, answer the question, bro. But anyway, big up to you, man. Old Matt as well.
Yeah, love as always, G. Big up, man. Big up.
Before I go though, is it how you guys doing the calling now? Because I still don't know.
It's the last Friday of every month, bro.
Yeah.
So literally the last Friday of every month.
Oh, and do you guys try to like incorporate everything that happened within the month on the show and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Well,
it's whatever you guys want to talk about effectively, but yeah.
I mean, we want to talk about some of these messages and questions you're dodging, but you know what I'm saying? We'll let the twerk video die down.
You know what as well, bro? As a fully fledged member, which big up yourself for as well, we're gonna actually integrate in the middle of the month a members live as well. So we're gonna have a members live coming soon every month as well. So for the members, there'll be 2 calling shows a month.
Oh, you're trying to get me in underwear and shirt. All right. I've been asking for that for the longest, man. So yeah, I might do a cow. You know what I'm saying? My Kopish. I might be on there. Kopish till I die.
Don't kill me, bro.
Big up to you, man. Cal, loud the twerking stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? 1-800 get help, fam. You know what I mean?
Big up, G.
Big up.
Oh, man.
I told you I'm never going to live it down. I know I'm not. Not. Right, Drift. Before I go any further, though, I just want to read out some embargo comments from Klopp. Right. So, the people out here think we should do this, we should do that. Another centre half and another 6 and another 8 and another striker. He'll sit there, ladies and gentlemen. He said, I was always glad when the transfer windows are over. I'm absolutely in it. If I want to improve the squad, I have to absolutely do it. But I have all the information around and I know what is possible and not possible. And that is not always exactly what I want. But it's my job not to complain. It is my job to take the team we have at the end of the transfer window and make the best of it. I'm not sitting here saying, they have this and they have that. That is how I understand it. I think there might be more. I'm not sure what the percentage of stories is true in the newspaper, so thank God I'm not in it, but I'm pretty sure there have been times where I've been asked about something and I've thought, I don't know. I don't even know the player. Your thoughts?
I'm not going to lie, bro. That was a lot to digest in such a short period of time, so I might need a second still. What about you? What was your thoughts on it?
It's nothing I don't or didn't know previously. The owners don't put that much money, but he also kind of is what he is with transfer. He says it so many times. He hates transfers. You said it. His ideology is training. Training gets them better.
I think the reason why he hates transfers is because we're a type of club that demands signings the way we do. And he finds it annoying that we don't just like what we have. A bit like what Sabiri and 12 Man was saying, where instead of enjoying what we've got And big up to me, because I kind of did say it before. I'm not trying to get flowers. I'm just saying, like, as I said, with the 6.5 window, when everybody's saying 4, I'm like, no, but guys, we've got 2 absolute dons in our team. Like, I don't think a transfer window where you buy McAllister and Soboslai can be a 4. They are quality players. There's issues in the squad, of course there are. But you bring in 2 players of that talent, I just don't see how it can be a 4. Those are top level signings. I'll go as far as to say every single club in world football takes those 2 players. That is how good those 2 signings were, in my opinion. I don't even think a Real Madrid walk away from either of those players quality-wise. If you're like, what would you have this player in your team? That's how good those 2 players are. Like, I don't think we can look down on what we have because we don't have more. And again, we're all frustrated we don't have more. I am fully in that category with you guys. But I think that's what annoys Klopp. Klopp's sitting there and he's like, rah, McAllister and Soboslai and Endo have come in and these men are just like, where's the next one? Where's the next one? Where's the next one? As the manager, I can see his frustration. Or I can empathize with it, should I say. I want more as well. But I don't know.
That's more of an ambitious thing then, because again, he should be able to look at that squad and realize it's not good enough. But at the same time, FSG ain't putting up the money they should be. They never have. Hence why they need to go.
What the ideal world would be, for me, in this whole scenario, would be you'd have Klopp and his philosophy on he doesn't really like to just buy anybody. There's very specific players that he needs and he wants. But the ideal scenario would be he's got some kind of Saudi investment or a Todd Bowley conglomerate or an ownership that will always back him. And when the Schumannis and the Bellinghams and the players that he's like, right, I found my gem, they always come to Liverpool because the owners just do whatever it takes to get it done. What I think our problem is lies somewhere in the middle. We've got these players that he's very specific about, and it annoys a lot of the
2
fans.
ideologies don't meet. They don't match.
No, but that's what I'm saying. He's got the ideology that Klopp has doesn't work with the ownership we have. And I think that's where we get all the frustration and the annoyance. Because if we had a Saudi conglomerate, if we had a Todd Bowley, if we moved the way Real Madrid move, or if we was on that type of level in terms of like the ambition, the investment, and everything that comes from the top, I truly believe, and call me delusional if you want, Schumanni, Bellingham, Mbappe, all those players will be Liverpool players. Maybe not every single one of them, but a massive majority of those players will be Liverpool players. And then none of us will be annoyed because we would know that like Klopp's philosophy doesn't really, there's no issues around it because he gets back to get the players that he wants. What the problem is his ideology doesn't work with what we said, as you said, Cal, rightly so. And I guess maybe you should change it, but you can't really change, a leopard can't change its spots. You have an ideology that Klopp likes to work with, but then the owners never really, truly get him the players that he... Well, I won't say all the time because at the beginning they did. But in the last, 3 years, they don't really get him the player he wants. And then that's where the problem comes in.
Yeah,
so,
but that's not down to the... Like, Schumanni wasn't down to the owners.
It was down to the owners, as in Real Madrid are probably the only team that do always take your player. I agree with that to a large extent. But I think if you start offering wage packages and futures and you have like that kind of, right, this team is really going somewhere. Look at the ambition of this team. Oh my days, I can win everything at this club. I think that you still can probably get a Schumanni to say no to Real Madrid because you're just offering a package that's so brilliant. He's like, well, maybe sometime in the future I'll play for Real Madrid, but right now Liverpool are killing it. I'll go Liverpool. Like, I still believe that is possible with the full ambition of an ownership that's just like, all we want to do is win no matter what.
But bro, sometimes a player will just choose. But we've said it with Virgil. Virgil could have got more wages and more guaranteed trophies at Man City, especially if he signed for Man City. But he wanted to play for Liverpool. Schumanni, Mbappe, these players want to play for Real Madrid. Sometimes it's out of your hands, bro.
No, sometimes it is, but again, there's only so many players that can play for Real Madrid. They can't have 88 players in their squad. So eventually there'll be no room in Real Madrid squad to take a player you want.
No,
so
I hear
you
that,
know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always going to be that way.
But that's what I'm saying. It seems as though Klopp's not willing to be flexible on that.
Again, I don't know.
And I think that's where the issue is. If we didn't get Schumanni last season, all right, perfect scenario here for you, Drift. We didn't get Tchouaméni last season. He's everyone's first choice, effectively, right? We went and got Basuma instead, though. Would you be an upset, Drift?
No. I'd probably want Basuma more than Tchouaméni.
But that's my point then. So it's like, yeah, Klopp didn't get his first choice for whatever reason, but then you can't sit there and go, well, unless it's him, it's no one. Because you're
no, and I fully understand that, and I do get people's frustrations. I really do. But here's where I will say I've even learnt myself to fall back a little bit. Everybody's got a player they like. Everybody's got a player they want. And for a large part, fan bases will like attach themselves onto one player as a whole and then really like that player. Bellingham is a prime example of that, right? Within the Liverpool fan base. I think it's really over the top that if your manager doesn't buy a player you want, he's a dickhead. And then you're like, I ain't got time for this guy or rare. Yes, it's very frustrating. And for a large part, I'm probably still on you lot's side of the fence with this. But to play devil's advocate just for a second, whenever Klopp doesn't want a player we all want, that doesn't mean he's not good enough for the job. Klopp out and get him out and all this. Like, it's really weird, in my opinion, that that's become like what Liverpool's fan base has become. It's very toxic and it's a little weird. Like, if everybody likes a player, if Klopp don't want that player, he's a dickhead, get him out. Like, it's way too far left. Do you get what I mean? In my opinion, like,
but
so
people will, if we don't get that player though, a lot of times people will automatically be like, FSG ain't giving him the money. So it works both ways, bro.
Well, that would depend on who the player is. Bellingham, yes. A player who's cheap, then we can't blame FSG because that's in our bracket. So it depends what the scenario is. Like Kone, I can't keep having a go at the owners about Kone. Kone is Klopp because he's 35 million. So there's no way that the owners are going to block that move for a super talented 22-year-old for 35 million. That's on Klopp. But as much as I'm pissed Klopp doesn't want him, I can't then go, Klopp out. He doesn't want the player I like. That's foolishness. With all due respect to the people who are doing it, that's foolishness. So what I'm saying is we just have to find a middle ground where we're not always going so far in one direction. And coming from me, this might be crazy because I used to be all the way left on the anger. But like I've matured and I've tried to grow up and I've tried to like detach myself a little bit emotional and just be a bit logical about it in the last 4, 5, 6 years. And like, trust me, it helps you to sleep at night. Like it does. Like, just don't go all the way one end and just be like, F this. I can't believe this. It's like, try and find the middle ground. And that's why I love these conversations because this is what we do. But
there's more quotes. I'm trying to find them. If anyone could put them in the chat, it'd be very helpful. I'm not trying to take the mick here. I just find it very difficult to comprehend how we can't raise another 5 million for Lavia, but we can bid 111 mil for Caicedo.
No, but that's the thing, bro. It wasn't about money with Lavia. The board didn't feel Lavia was worth the money. I think that's what the battle was with Klopp and the board. Like, there's been a lot of reports that have said Klopp said this is the player I want, and the board didn't value him at 50 million. They said he's not worth 50 million. So I think there was an internal struggle that we'll never know because we're not a toxic club, where like there was like a bit of a battle going on, and that's why the bids were going in at the loft. Because I've read that the recruitment side of the club didn't think he's worth 50 million as a 19-year-old with only 28 Premier League games or whatever it was. And I think that's where the issue was, bro. It wasn't that we couldn't afford him. It's that the recruitment didn't think he was worth it, bro. And I think that did piss Klopp off, if I'm being honest. Because Klopp said, like, Lavia is the player that he wanted, but they just didn't value him at that much. So, again, I don't know how much we can read into it. You have to take everything with a it could be wrong, it could be right, whatever. But that was what I read from a few reputable journals, that Klopp said, all right, I want Lavia, but the board didn't think he was worth the money.
I don't know. My head's all over the place with this stuff. But
I hear you. And there's even reports we never made a bid for Lavia after the Caicedo failing.
No,
you know? Like there's actually some reports that are saying that was all like talk that we didn't actually make. Because apparently it was 60 mil, right? Apparently we made a 60 million pound bid. Some reports are saying that that's not true, that we spoke about it with them, but we never officially actually put in a bid. I don't know anymore what to believe, bro. I don't know anymore. I really don't, bro. So I don't know.
I think this is another quote. Shout out to EMJP, says there's been a lot of business and we've had to do it our way. Since I've been here, we've had to, I'm guessing, live within our means. The club has to, and of course, it doesn't make it easier. That's pretty damning.
To be fair, he's kind of said that quite a few times across the last.
But again, he's also come out and says, if I need a player, the owners do back me. So you see what I mean about this is why I get frustrated with him, because you're saying one thing 1 minute and then you're saying another thing another minute. You're not being consistent. I need that consistency. Hold on. We have our situation. There was 1 year when money was less of an issue because of Phil went to Barcelona and we could do 2 sensational transfers. That would have been Alisson and Fabinho, right? Because we had already got Virgil by that time and already got.
Or they knew that maybe Coutinho going meant they could afford Virgil because we got Virgil in the January.
No, but he said 2 sensational transfers. So I'm guessing that's Ali and Fab, because they were already sorted. Virgin thing already sorted.
I know, but didn't we sign Virgil the January Coutinho left? No.
Yeah.
So maybe they knew they could afford it. So maybe it was Virgil and Ali more than Fab.
But
Virgil was a sensational transfer. It's 75 million. It was like
but remember, we had already sorted the Virgil stuff out from the summer. Virgil had already agreed terms, and we just had to patch things up because we got caught with our pants down with Virgil.
Yeah, but maybe Coutinho money allowed us to. Maybe we would have left Virgil alone without Coutinho money. Maybe we would have known 75 mil was too much because 50 was our max. But because we got the Coutinho money, we knew we could afford the extra 25.
I think it was Mike Gordon or Michael Edwards worked behind the scenes with Virgil, well, not Virgil, with Southampton to mend that relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he's talking about Ali and Fab.
But at 40 million, would you call Fab a sensational transfer though?
But back then, 40 mil was still a hefty amount of money.
I know in terms of him transforming the club, it was sensational. But like money-wise, I don't know. It's either one of Ali's definitely the one, and then either Virgil or Flacco will be the other one. So yeah.
Bit of a mad one. Right. You know, without keeping people holding too long, let's get the next caller in. First time on the channel, I believe it is. Not the first time you've spoken, though. Shout out to K-Mac in the building.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Big up, bro. Tell the people.
You know what?
No, wait, bro. Plug your channel, bro. Tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, big up. Yeah, you can check me out on K-Mac channel. I was all like happy jokey when Zaberi was in, because and now you just read out those quotes and now I'm angry. I need a drink. I want to get wavy now.
That's what this is what I'm doing right now, bro. You know what I mean?
I'll be doing that tomorrow afternoon in London. You know what, guys? I know I don't want to say it, but I really feel like this is the last 2 seasons of Brendan Rodgers. I just do. Like we're even finishing in the same similar positions in the league. You know, we're playing players in the wrong positions. The club's all over the place. It's just a mess. You know, and Klopp's coming out and saying he's got all these defenders. Haven't we seen him do that before with midfielders?
Yeah.
You know
that's
what, guys?
That's a true point, actually.
You know what, man? I really feel like FSG are just giving him the noose to hang himself, and he is. He's going to hang himself. He's going to be sacked. I don't want a manager to be sacked. Like, you know, I want us to be successful. We're talking about all of this major money. We don't need to spend that much. West Ham have just bought Kudus and Alvarez for like 35 million each. Those 2 guys on top of what we've just bought makes us contenders. It's really not that much. We don't need a £110 million Caicedo, especially when we could have got him for 3 million about 3 years ago. Like, guys, I'm fed up of hearing Klopp didn't fancy him. Like, that's all I ever hear. Or, oh, this player come back from an injury. It's like a new player. Like, stop blagging it to the fans. Like, just accept the guy. Like, okay, I can't get Tchouaméni. You know what then? I'll just go and get who else? Oh, I can't get him. Who else will I get? The next guy. Like, if you've got a list, work your way down the list. Don't throw your toys out the pram because you couldn't get Caicedo. I didn't get Caicedo, so I'm not going to sign anyone now. I'm not going to spend 110 million. Like, we just watched Kudos go to West Ham. Like, and now the stuff's coming out about, well, Saudi Arabia are looking at Salah. Salah's going to Saudi Arabia. Like, if they're offering him 2 million a week, what do you think's going to happen? Seriously, he's got one last big contract in him. His agent is like 10 million quid. Thank you very much.
It'll probably be
Guys,
more than that.
I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen, but I just see it. Like, I was the guy that told you about Dominic Szoboszlai signing. If you can clip that one. And those two signings are dream signings for me. Like, they were. Like, I talked about Thuram and I talked about Kone on your show about a month or so ago. And I said we get Szoboszlai. And this was after we got McAllister. They could have all been done and dusted. Like, we had agents talking to those guys. We were watching them at the under-21s. Like, we could have had Thuram and Kone sorted. But what happened? What changed? Like, did the Caicedo opportunity come along and they decided, oh, I'm not gonna look at them now? And now what are we doing? We're going back to Kone. We're going back to Kone after talking to him a month ago. And do you really think his club are going to sell him to us now? Like, they've probably been waiting for us to buy him. Like, we are literally talking to clubs FC. Because all we do is talk to players, talk to agents. We don't actually do anything. Like, and the media back us up. Like, the media are backing us up all the time. Like, oh, they're putting this bid in, oh, they're putting that bid in. And then we find out, no, nothing happened. They were just talking to them. We just inquired. It's like, no bid got put in for Andre. That's come out. We just inquired. And they said they want 30 million. Oh, so they want 40 million because that's his release clause. Like, if you want Andre, just pay the release clause. Like, we've got a director of football who's really good at that because that's what he's just done with 2 players. So, like, do it with more. Like, the list goes on of the amount of players we could get. Sangaré, 32 million. We could have had Tyler Adams, 20 million. Andre's 40 million. Inaccio's 38 million. Like, it's not hard to get players when they've got release clauses. I don't know. Like, I really feel like this season's going to be an absolute disaster. And now there's rumours coming out that the inverted left back and right back role. Have you heard about this, by the way?
Yeah.
With Pep and Linda's bet. I mean, that's shocking. There was a bet with Klopp. This has come out. Pep and Linda's has said it. He had a bet with Klopp that moving Trent into inverted would be the best thing for him, and he will bet an entire year's wage on it. Is that what we're doing? That we're doing at the club now? We're just like winging it and making bets. Like,
bro,
man,
I've never heard this. Is the first time I'm hearing of it. Still.
Oh yeah. This is now getting talked about.
Did Linda say this?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Linda just shut his mouth? Serious, every summer.
Well, this is what I wanted to say as well. I don't think there's another club in the world that has 2 assistant managers. We have 2 assistant managers. We have Pep and Linda's, and we have the other German guy whose name I can't pronounce.
I disagree. I think we've got 2 managers.
Well, I was about to say that as well.
Oh, bloody hell.
But who has an assistant manager that like writes books and like has articles in newspapers? Like, I've never heard of assistant managers having articles in newspapers, like talking about, oh yeah, Man United were looking at me. Oh yeah, like, shut your gob. Like,
right. That's mad. That's mad.
But now this defender thing now, and now we've got Konate injured. Guys, it's the same old. Like, I am so happy that we signed McAllister and Zabolsai. But if we're playing McAllister as a DM and we're playing Zabolsai as a runner, like Hendo did, then you are taking so much out of those two guys. It's just unreal. And if you're literally giving Trent Alexander-Arnold free roam again this season, and you're letting him learn a job in the middle of a Premier League season, as in the inverted role, it's just going to end up as a disaster, because Bournemouth should have shown you everything you need to know now. That just needs to end. Could have been 2 goals down and a goalkeeper off in 15 minutes. Like, right now, I'm starting to watch the match after 20 minutes. Because I don't want to go through the heartache of the first 20. Because God knows what happens in there.
Oh, man. Bro, you know what? People are loving
I was
what
in
you've been
such a
saying.
good mood on Zubair as well, man. I really was. And then you just started reading that crap out again. Then he talks. The embargo. I'm like, no.
Oh, man. Look, bro. It's been a good call, man. Love as always.
Yeah.
Big up yourself. And people, make sure you go and follow Mac as well, man. You know what I mean? Make sure you get over there.
Big up.
You've
never drank, Callum.
No.
Never drank.
No.
Seriously, man.
No, this season might change that. This season might change that.
It might change, mate. It might change. Probably not in the Europa League, but it might change in the Premier League.
You might see me with a couple bottles this season.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what else as well? You know what else I think we should have done? I think we should literally just go and sign every single player that Brighton are linked with, just to piss them off about the Caicedo stuff.
Yeah. I'm a little annoyed at Brighton myself, I must admit.
Because we know who they're going to sign. You know, the links are there. We just go and sign them. And then Brighton are like, oh, no, who do we get next? Oh, no, we get them. We get them before them. Just keep on doing that. There you go. We don't need a scouting team.
Yeah, do what Chelsea's been doing.
That's what they have been doing.
Yeah. But you know, bro, make sure you drop your link in the chat as well for people to be able to go and follow you, bro. And you know what I mean?
Will do, man. Big up.
Cool. No, big up yourself, bro.
Guys.
Love as always, man.
Nice one, bro. Big up to K-Mac. For anyone saying in the comment, I'm not Muslim, by the way. Love the religion. Love the religion. Got a lot of respect for it, but I'm Christian. It's nothing to do with religion why I don't drink. Just don't drink. No issues with it. No problem. Obviously, Drift and Matt, my brothers, they drink. Don't have an issue with it. Not once have I told them not to drink.
Yeah, that's true. And you actually have alcohol in the house as well. It's not like there's no alcohol in your house or anything like that.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with religion with me. It's just I just don't. Yeah, I don't fancy.
We needed to win that quad, man. I know you would have had a Magnum on the quad day. I know it.
I would know.
You know, I know what alcohol you would like the taste of. Rhubarb and ginger gin with lemonade.
That doesn't sound like it's appealing to me. I'm not a rhubarb fan.
Carl, have I ever stirred you wrong?
You haven't, to be fair. That is one thing I will say. You haven't.
There you go.
You actually haven't. That's what
I know for a fact you would enjoy the taste of rhubarb and ginger gin with lemonade. 100%, bro. You'd enjoy the taste.
As I said, bro, if the season goes how I expect it to go, you guys might see that sooner rather than later. Right, let's get our next caller in. Mr. John Wick himself, the one and only Mtar Mizzy.
Yes. Well going.
Well
guys.
Big up, man.
Big up, man. Yeah, kumsa. Nothing much.
Yeah, sometimes the good or sometimes the shit.
It is what it is. Yeah. And Cal, do you know what it is? You know, like when you're hitting at a certain state after like a 2-month diet, and then you start to feel lethargic and all that.
Yeah, boy.
It's hitting real, isn't it? It's hitting.
Is it hitting you now? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though. You just have to grind and hustle.
Yeah,
this is
the bit where you got to push through. This is the push through stage.
Yeah. Rough times ahead. Not to mention Liverpool are heading that time as well. That season again. Yeah, PTSD and all that. Yeah, I don't want to repeat what happened that 2 a.m.
stream whereby we're at the seven heaven and all that. Just leave it there. Just leave it there. Yo, apart from Liverpool, I just want to touch on the Saudi thing, right? Because I find it interesting whereby I feel like I don't know if it's just me or the fact that where we are at, where I'm at, as opposed to you guys, sways our perception on how Saudi are behaving with poaching players. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I asked you guys this is because I had a shout out to Michael Talks who jumped on earlier, and he said to me, you guys based in Asia, you guys deserve seeing these players like top level. I mean, like Ronaldo, Kante, Benzema, Firmino, Fabinho. Hopefully they're doing all right this season, but we have the privilege right now to seeing them live. You know what I'm saying? Because the Champions League of Asia, they released their so-called the draw for the upcoming season. So hear this out, Cal. Neymar is playing in India and Iran. Ronaldo is playing a country called Tajikistan, and I think Benzema is playing at Baghdad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these the fans have the privilege. I know they're at the end of the career, but it's just that now it's just vibes in it. Like no one's going to argue that Saudi is like playing at that European elite level, like your Man City and Real Madrid. But the thing is, like it's heading into the direction. I know that it's frustrating to see that rumors circulating with Mo Salah, to be honest, because I don't want him leave as of yet. But it's just that I think some of the fans here in Asia, they are on board with having these players moving for getting the bags and monies, and just before announce their retirement and all that. I just want to know how you guys feel overall, like on a general consensus, as to how Saudi are doing in this transfer, because I think this is just a start, and they're not going to move away, because if Mo doesn't leave this summer, definitely they're going to come back again, knocking that door and offering that wage bill and contracts and all that. You know what I mean? And to add that into context, Roberto Mancini is apparently he's going to be the it's not official, but he's going to be the head coach of the national team for Saudi.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like they're operating both international and club level. So it's going to be, for me, I'm already like I've been watching some of the games in it, like because Al Nassr, where Sadio Mane is playing with Ronaldo, they just won 5-0. And I think CR7 got hat-trick and Mane got brace. But, I feel like I'm in the vibe. Yeah, but for me, I'm like on the other end, where we just embrace as fans here in Asia, like to relish these players coming in and to see that's to have that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have that's the question. And before I jump out, Cal.
Yeah, bro.
Are you guys gonna do that? How you guys doing with and Lewis at Stamford Bridge, whereby you guys will be at the Emirates Stadium with Lee?
So I'll be honest. The plan is to try and get to as many stadiums as possible this season. London ones definitely. Outside London's going to be way more tricky, but I hear that. As much as me and Lee banter, and as much as Lee banters us, Lee's our brother, man. If we can do a show with Lee live, it will be hilarious. Like, it will actually be a read. So we will aim to get that done. Yeah, because I'm enjoying that sort of one-to-one. Like you guys feel like more objective, but rather than banter. You know what I mean? When you guys are in one place.
So I kind of like it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that sort of preview. But big up to you, man. Thanks for having me.
No,
And
thank you, bro.
yeah,
Keep pushing through
sending
the
my
diet,
wishes to
bro.
man. Of course, man. We'll keep in touch on that.
Yeah, we will
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, love for the love.
You too, my brother. Take it
Yeah,
easy.
take it.
My thoughts on Saudi Arabia. So again, I'm going to be transparent. I may have a very different opinion to most other people. So I'm not saying my opinion is better or is correct. I'm very much in favor of athletes getting as much money as possible, because I know most fans will look at athletes and think, oh, they're living a dream. And they are, to an extent. Like if you told me right now you can play for Liverpool Football Club, you'll be good enough to play for Liverpool Football Club, and that you can play for them, and I'd do it in a heartbeat. It'd be a dream scenario for me. But what I don't think some people realize, and maybe I'm realizing it being a content creator because Liverpool directly affects what we do, the sacrifice they make. I don't. There's sometimes you just can't put a price on that. And I know people will sit there and straight away go, but there are millions. I hear you, but missing out on friends and family events from the age of 5 or 6, having to dedicate your life to a sport that has no guarantees that you're going to make it. Even more sacrifices when you're playing, potentially getting career-threatening injuries and stuff. I'm all in favor of players getting as much money as possible while they're playing. And for me, the Saudi thing doesn't really wind me up. Again, I know there are political things behind that, but again, I think you can apply those political things to every country. Yes, some are worse than others, so I'm not being oblivious to that. The Saudi thing personally doesn't wind me up, and the reason I say that is because the Premier League's kind of done that before Saudi did it. Real Madrid and Barcelona have done that. I believe it's a case of the reason why I think, especially the Premier League or supporters of the Premier League, only getting wound up by this is because the Premier League was the rich kid on the block who could buy everything and everyone to an extent, and now Saudi are the new rich kid on the block, and the Premier League going, well, we're losing some of our stars now because we can't match that sort of money. Well, Germany have been losing some of their stars because they couldn't match the Premier League's money. Spain have been losing some of their stars because of that as well. Vice versa, England have lost some of their stars to Real Madrid and Barcelona because they couldn't match the money in the allure. For me, I don't have an issue with it. I genuinely don't. So if it is what it is, then look, I'm not sitting there saying I want to see all Liverpool players get sold, which it seems as though we're really being targeted by the Saudi market at the moment. But for me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. For me, if there's more footballers around the country, then for me, sport brings people together. Players like Henderson, Fabinho, and all those people going to Saudi Arabia, they could implement change into cultures and open the world up to a new avenue of life and change perceptions about a country and people in a nation. I don't have a problem with that. The only way you learn and get on with other people is by experiencing different cultures, experiencing different things. So me personally, I don't have an issue with it. But I know there will be people who disagree for a multitude of reasons. Again, no issue with those people. But for me personally, I genuinely don't have an issue with it. As long as they're not doing anything illegal, then yeah, for me, it's not an issue. So that's just my humble on it. I'm sure a few of you will have different opinions. Again, no issues with that, but I don't have a problem with it. Saying that though, if they come in for flipping Jota and Diaz and Virgil and all that next summer, maybe I'll have my tune changed. But as of right now, I don't really have an issue with it. I don't know if you caught the question drift or anything.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Big up Tom Izzy. Apologies, I missed your call, bro. Yeah, about the Saudi. Is it about how you feel about what's going on with it? The only issue I have with Saudi is that their window shuts after the rest of Europe. Other than that, it's all is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You know already, Bob. I said it from day. As much as it annoys me when it happens, I will never hate on a club being able to spend money because they've got a rich owner. And I've also been quoted as saying, and I still stand by it. I think FFP is rubbish, and I think that you should be allowed to spend whatever money you have. as annoying as it is to the clubs who don't have the money, I'll never be angry at the rich kid for having a Louis Vuitton bag. Like,
I think
it is what it is, bruv. Like,
I don't think that's what the reason. So here's the thing: FFP wasn't brought in for that. FFP was actually the ideology behind FFP is brilliant, because what it basically stipulates is the club doesn't basically spend more money than they have. So
than they
it
have.
won't,
Yeah.
So it won't. Bournemouth.
So Leeds doesn't happen. You know what happened to Leeds?
Right. Precisely. But
Yeah,
obviously, they've not implemented it well enough. The ideology behind it is brilliant, but it's just the implementation has been absolutely atrocious.
But again, don't spend money you don't have. Completely agree with that. But if you have it, I think you should be allowed to spend it.
But effectively, you can with FSP, because it's a threshold of a percentage for what you make and what you can spend, isn't it? So if you make 10
what if
million,
you don't make a lot of money though, bro?
No, but that's
you've
the way
got the money in the bank. Do you get what I mean? Like,
that's the only way you protect these teams, though, because brother, if you said to Bournemouth, just keep taking out loans and signing players, they will continue to do it, bro. Like,
no, but they don't have that money though, bro. That's what I mean. So I totally agree with FFP for that part. But what if you're just filthy rich, but your club isn't big, so you don't make a lot of income? I think you should be allowed to spend more than what your income is, or not. Well, there's £100 million threshold across 3 seasons that you're allowed to spend over what you make. I think that should be That should be a lot higher, even say. So me and my boy Sai, big up to all the members who know about Sai. We have this conversation a lot, and what he says is completely true. That look, if there's no rules to football, Saudi happens in England, Saudi happens in Spain, where like there's a team and they're just going wild and there's nothing anyone can do about it. And effectively, Chelsea have given us a little snippet of what that would be like in our own league, where like they found this loophole and they're just doing a madness. So I do get it, but I just don't hate on my people who've got money, bro. And I'm like, look, if you've actually got the money, spend it. So I think FFP should be stretched. I think it should be like, FFP means that you can spend maybe say 250 or 300 mil outside of what you make, like an amount of money that's sufficient enough that you can still flex because you've got the money to flex. I'll never be a hater on that. I won't. Like, I honestly believe that there's no need to be a hater. Man City, Chelsea, PSG, all these clubs that have got rich owners, look, you won the lottery, in it. It is what it is. You should be allowed to go and spend that money if you want. Bournemouth taking out loans and having like £200 million debt. Yeah, I agree. FFP should stop that, because we don't want teams like Burton and teams like that going out of business where they can't even keep up. And Leeds, what happened to Leeds was a madness all them years ago. So I think there needs to be some way to find like a middle ground between you're broke and you're spending more than you have, but you've got the money and you're not allowed to spend it. That's where I lie. So these Saudis are balling out. Good for them. But your window should shut when ours does. Because I don't want that week of fretting after our window shuts and then you do our madness and we can't replay.
It's 30 days.
I heard it's a week.
I think it's 30 days.
Bruv, it could, I don't care how long it is. I don't want to be fretting that you're going to try and come and do our madness and we can't do nothing about it. That's what my issue is. So,
yeah. Should there be a salary cap, do you think?
No. If a player makes the bag, he makes the bag. It's the club to pay the player, innit? If PSG want to ruin the game by giving Mbappe £1 million, they've ruined everything. But let's see how Mbappe can deal with the next part of his career where the club can't give him £1 million. We'll see how it works, innit?
Yeah.
We'll see how it works.
I hear it. All right, let's go next call in. Big up M-Tar Mizzy as always. Cal's Neto Army.
How you man doing, man? 4 hours on the bench. I feel like Minamino and Enrique, man. I've finally been called up, man. Let me go make some music and storage. Let me win the Carabao Cup for the man number. Let me win the Carabao Cup.
Well, you know what you got to do, Neto? You got to come with that corner taken quickly, Enrique!
You know what I mean? I'm doing Champions League for you, man. That's how it is, isn't it?
Good though, man. That's good.
Nah, big up, man. I don't know how to approach this conversation, man, because, listen, I said last year what I said about Jurgen Klopp. I wanted Klopp out even before the ball was kicked last summer because I could see something going on that I didn't like. Now it's a year past and the same shit is going on, man. You know what I mean? If it feels like shit, if it smells like shit, if it looks like shit, then sooner rather than later, you're just going to have to call it the way it is. It's just shit, isn't it? That's what it is. The pattern of the football club is the same way. The owners have no ambition. We already know this, but I'm sorry, with all due respect, I'm not. This doesn't wash with me in terms of Jurgen Klopp again saying the things that he said today. I big him up for it because finally he's actually trying to stick it on the owners a little bit. But with all due respect, I ask two things. Why didn't you say this 6, 7 weeks ago when you before preseason started or the first press conference of preseason when Liverpool could actually do something in the transfer market? Why are you calling out the owners 1 week before the transfer deadline date? And again, why is it taking you so long to say what you're saying and you still are saying here saying, oh, we can't cry about this now? Because listen, Klopp is he's the most confusing manager in the Premier League, in my opinion. Last week he said money isn't an issue and we just have to go for it. And now he's coming out and saying the things that he's saying. I'm like, bro, what is your actual opinion? What do you actually believe? Because with all due respect, you're not saying anything that any Liverpool fan can sit here and say. And my thing isn't it, with all due respect to Klopp, whether you're Klopp or whether you're Klopp, I don't really care. It's your opinion. I respect your opinion. The only thing I ask is if you can validate your opinion and if you can, interpret why you're wrong. My issue with Jurgen Klopp is this. If you know the owners are running a certain way and a certain fucking budget, why the fuck have we wasted 2 summers for Jude Bellingham? Why the fuck did you target Shermany? Why the fuck did you tell the owners to put a bid in for Caicedo? If you know the way the football club is run, why are you even talking about those type of players? Why did you tell Michael Edwards no for Bruno Guimaraes? Why did you say no to Enzo Fernandez? Please, can somebody tell me why he said this to me? Because if you know the way the football club is run, why did you think that Bellingham was even a realistic option? Why? Why did you? You can sit here and say the owners told him this, the owners told him that. With all due respect, Drifty and Cal, if people lie to you and you know what they are you going to believe them? Whether they even tell you it's going to happen or not, are you going to believe them? Because I'm not. I don't believe liars, innit? You know what I mean? You lied to me once, shame on you. You lied to me twice, shame on me. That's how it goes. You can't sit here and tell me that players like Bruno Guimaraes that's balling out for Newcastle. You can't tell me players like Enzo Fernandez right now, right here, right now. You can't tell me that players like Manuel Ugarte, players like fucking who else? Fucking Gavadio before he became this well-known player. You can't tell me players like Sven Botman, who Jurgen Klopp said that he doesn't want to sign this and that. And another thing, guys, why are we just brushing over tactics? Because with all due respect, the squad that we have, we've been talking about our top 4, top 5. Let's be real. If Jurgen Klopp tactically found a system that elevated the players in the starting 11 currently, we would be within 10 to 15 points of Man City, in my opinion. Because tactically, if you find a system that gets the best out of players like Salah, the best out of players like Van Dijk, the best out of players like fucking Trent, the best out of players like Robertson, then we have a very good squad. The issue is that Trent, what Klopp is doing is that he's catering the system to one man and one man only. Trent Alexander-Arnold, without not looking at the issues that it causes players like Konate, who's injured by the way now, players like Robertson, who's playing left wing. Robertson left wing, man, that's crazy, man. Luis Diaz and Robertson playing in the same position, that's crazy, man. Big up to Robertson, man. Then you got players like us signing Wataru Endo, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm not even taking the piss. When my brethren, I was taking a shower and then I came out and then did all my things and whatever. And then 1 hour, 30 minutes, I checked my phone. My boy was bending my line. I was like, yo, what do you say? He's like, yo, listen, have you heard who we signed? I was like, who? Wataru Endo. What did he say? He said Wataru Endo. I was like, listen, G. I don't want to know what's this, man. I told you to order me some Uber Eats, but I don't want to know what's it's in it. Shout out the what's it. Who the hell are you talking about? Wataru Endo. It's like he told me he's a Japanese guy, this and that, and I looked back and I was like, yeah, I remember watching him at the World Cup, but him. Listen, man. Obviously, we know the issues at FSG. We know that the budget restraints. It is where it is. But that's my question to you, man. Innit? That's the only question I got for you, man. Because listen, UFC, Aljamain Sterling, he embarrassed me, man. But I don't need to speak too much about that. I don't need to speak about too much about that.
No, I had the Jamaica flag behind me and everything, man.
Nah,
He didn't
calm,
come
man.
out with the Jamaica flag either, bro. That's what what's going on with Aljo at the moment.
Nah, Sugar Sean done you, man. Sugar Sean done you, man. You just gotta know to all that, man.
I can't lie though. If there's one person I was alright with beating Aljo, it was Sugar Sean. I do like her, man.
I like his style, man, and I like his personality. I'm just
I needed
a
Aljo to win that, man.
I'm a Pierre Young fan, man. We got robbed. That's all I'm gonna say on that part. But what I'm gonna say about is the only question I wanted to ask: if Jurgen Klopp genuinely is under budget constraints, why on earth is this manager targeting Jude Bellingham, Chouameni, Moises Caicedo, Levi Colwill, when he knows, let's be real, nobody here thinks Jurgen Klopp is an idiot. Nobody here thinks Jurgen Klopp is stupid. He knows the owners that we have. So 90%, there's a 90% chance that we do not get these players. Why are you even talking about them? Talk to the recruitment team, talk to Spearman, talk to Barry Hunter, talk to Fallows, and go and find me the next Jude Bellingham, go find me the next Sherman, go find me the next Moises Caicedo. Because I can be real to you, man. Any of those players that we get, the new players, I'm telling you, man, right here, right now, if we got in fucking Barella, if we got in Federico Redondo, if we got in players like Andre Trindade, if we get players straight from the source prop, shout out to fucking Frank Lucas and back in the day, my guy Denzel Washington. If we go straight from the source prop, we are going to find players that are going to fit our system much better than players that we currently have. But that's all I gotta say, man. Because listen, I respect all you, man. I love what you guys are doing. You're building a very good community, man. You know what I mean? There's some wild takes in it, but you know what? Sometimes, listen, that's what I love about you, man. You're all unique. You all see football differently. Drifty has his own takes, which sometimes I agree with, sometimes I don't. How you have your opinions that I agree with, sometimes I don't agree with. Shout Ronaldinho. Then you have flip films. You ain't never gonna live that down, man. You ain't never
gonna all right. I didn't see that one go. I dropped my phone and everything. I didn't
My bad, man. Listen, then you got Matt, man. Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I don't. Shout out Markovic and that. But listen, man, everybody said some shit, man, you know what I mean? So big up to you, man. Everybody smash the like, everybody what's called, do what you gotta do. And big up, man. And the last thing I'm gonna say, Pedro Neto, I think those knees are coming back. But listen, with me and Cal, we're gonna be silent, man. We're gonna really be silent. We're not gonna be talking too much. Yeah. We'll be back in a year. If he's doing the same things that I've been seeing with him against Man United, we will be there. That's what I'm
saying. This summer, then this season, you know I'm screaming next summer.
We will be there. But gotta keep it.
Gotta keep it. So big up yourself.
Big up yourself, bro.
I'm back on the bench, man. I'm back on the bench.
Big up. That was that army, man. One of the day ones. Your thoughts on this question, Drift?
I believe, from what I've seen of the fan base, from our community, etc., that even though what Nettle's Army is saying in terms of like, if you just try to look at it like an ideal world scenario, it's true. You know you ain't got the money. Don't look at this guy. Just go and buy players that you know you can afford. In an ideal world, that makes sense, and I understand that. But you see the way the fan base is and the way things move in football, ain't none of us, like, we have to be honest. Even Nettle's Army, let me know, bro, in the chat. Like, let's be real. Let's actually be honest. If that was always how we moved, we would not be okay with that. We would not be okay with being Liverpool Football Club and never, ever trying to go and buy these top players. We just wouldn't, because that's not how things work when you're a Liverpool fan. You enjoy watching people like Chouameni and Mbappe, and you dream of those players playing for your club. You can't dream of a player playing for your club you don't even know is as good as he is until he gets there, because he hasn't got there yet. You want Bellingham. You want these players at your club. You do. So there has to be like a line between having ambition for a player you know you might not be able to afford, but still wanting the ambition of a player of that quality, and then being realistic in what you can afford. There's a fine line, and it's very difficult to balance. I think it's very easy for us to sit here as fans again and just go, oh, do this, but like it's not as easy as that. So on that point, that's how I feel about that. And the whole young player thing, like Moises Caicedo, when he was only 3 million and he was coming from Ecuador and all that, I get that, I do. But Liverpool Football Club don't have time to develop players the way Brighton do. And it's very easy to say what we're saying. And in some scenarios, it can be done. I think it was Mike that was saying Valverde, for example, and Vinicius Jr. at Real Madrid. And Real Madrid are a top-level club. So it can be done where you go and buy that young guy and you are a bad boy team and whatnot, and you bring that guy through. But I'm a man who talks about probabilities, not possibilities. You know what I mean? I don't want to do the, like, what could be. I want to do what's most likely to happen. And what's most likely to happen is you go and buy Caicedo for £3 million when he's only 18 years old. And either at that age, he's not good enough and then he doesn't get much game time and he doesn't break into the team, or you stunt his growth and he doesn't even become the player that he did become. Because one thing I'll say in football that I don't agree with is when people say, oh, if you're good enough, you'll always make it. There's a bag of men who were good enough and didn't make it. I think there's enough proof that you can't just go, oh, if you're good enough, you'll make it. No, you have to play sometimes. And sometimes scenarios and things work out and it's brilliant and that's how life works. And sometimes it doesn't. There's probably millions of footballers who slip through the net who were absolute ballers, better than a lot of people we know now, but the circumstance weren't right, the chance wasn't right, the team they played for wasn't right, or whatever. And now that man might all work on a building site and he was destined to be a baller, but it just didn't go his way. Like, it's very easy to just go this, and this. So I want Liverpool to be able to find the next gem, but I also don't want to be sitting here going, hold on, who are we buying? Because Endo's a 30-year-old Japanese international, played at World Cups, and we all went, who the fuck are we buying? So imagine if that was an 18-year-old and we're being told he's got to prop up the midfield. We're not having it. Let's be honest, we're not having it. We can't always keep looking at what Brighton and other clubs do with these young players and go, oh, we should be doing that. Because to a degree, yes, but ain't we got bad boys in our youth team? Like, it doesn't always work like that. So I'm just saying, like, we've got to find a balance. And that balance, I don't even know how you find that balance. I'm just saying it.
I think the balance is you don't buy those players to be first teamers straight away, Drift. I think you buy those players to supplement your first team. So when you've got a Fabinho who's at his peak, you can maybe try and run a Caicedo for £3 million because you still got Fabinho there if things don't work out. And I think that's what frustrates. I'm not going to speak for anyone. That's what frustrates me. You see, when we're in that position, even when we got offered Bruno, or when Michael Edwards wanted to do Bruno Guimaraes and Enzo Fernandez, we still had a Thiago pretty much in his prime. Fab was still in his prime. Hendo was still in his prime. You can do that then because you still got your three main guys there. So you bringing in two players then, but doing it now when they've lost, when they've gone, I think that's what the issue is.
No, I definitely understand where you're coming from on that. That's big facts. That is big facts.
Because when we signed Minamino, we didn't have a problem signing Minamino because Mane, Salah, Firmino's still good. Whereas
do you remember how much stick he was getting when he had a couple of bad games, though? Do you remember that? Minamino was getting a bag of stick.
It wasn't over a few games. It was over. He got quite a lot of leeway, to be honest. And then he weren't improving.
I don't know, bro.
He did, bro. He got a lot of leeway. But
and what was fans saying, bro? Man City are buying Mahrez and Liverpool think Minamino's good enough. Nah, man, what is going on? Like, we gotta be honest. That is what people say. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Drift. Here's the thing, though. If we had signed, let's say, for example, when Genie was here, Fab was here, Hendo, they were all in their prime, and then we brought in Thiago, so all four of them were here, and then we brought in Endo. I don't think the fan base would really complain or moan, would they? In theory,
a lot of people.
No, do you know there would be some people that would. There would be some people, but I think the majority would be like, "Well, Fab's here, Endo's here to add a bit of experience and give Fab a little break here and there. Plus, we've still got Hendo who can play that position. We still got Genie who can play that position. We just bought another man just to keep us afloat. The problem is we're buying Endo now to be a starter in our midfield. That, I think, where's the issue.
So yeah, again, I get where you're coming from on that. So that's what I'm saying. It's all mad. Like that's why there's no ideal scenario. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but there is an ideal scenario. We just have bad timing as a club. It seems. It just seems like we have really bad timing.
For the most part. For the most part.
And I think that's what the issue is.
Do you want to know what I really think has happened with the Endo thing? I think that Klopp realised how much experience he's losing out of the squad. And I think he likes the idea of Endo because Henderson and Flacco have gone, who were elder statesmen. And I think it is a little bit underestimated how good it is to have elder statesmen in your squad. I think that's why he's gone, why he liked the idea of Endo once it was put to him. He's looked at him as being a captain. He's looked at him as being a leader, an elder statesman, a guy who's been around the block, a guy who's experienced. And he's thinking for a year or two, having you in the squad would be very beneficial. I think that's why he's gone for Endo. If Fabinho or Henderson was still at the club, we don't sign Endo. And I don't even just mean based on the position on the, in the pitch. I just think he would kind of be like, but there's not really a need for Endo. But with those two going and a lot of young players being in the squad, now McAllister's only 24 and Soboslai's only 22. Even though they're absolute legends in terms of the signing, they are still very young players within their own rights, especially Soboslai. 22 is young, you know. I think people forget because he's an absolute bad boy and he's already a leader within his own right. 22 is still young. I think he likes the idea of having those older statesmen around to make sure you don't have people with the mentality of not knowing how to cope with stress when the stress starts kicking in and rare. I think that's why he's gone down on the Endo thing. He's been like, boom, yeah, do you know what? All right, cool, I like him. I watched him, he's good. Yeah, bring me Endo. At 30 years old, he's got that level of experience that I want back in my squad after losing Milner, losing Hendo, losing Flacco, losing Bobby.
I'm just going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm not even saying this sounds shady. Has Endo ever played Europa League or Champions League football, though?
Not that I know of.
So could you not argue that even though he's 30, Trent's more experienced than Endo?
I don't know, you know, because I think life teaches you that experience, age and experience is kind of invaluable regardless. He's not an inexperienced 30-year-old. Like, he's an international, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's
but age doesn't
World
always
Cups.
equal experience. And again, with no disrespect to Japan, just because he's an international and a captain for Japan doesn't make him a top class or world class player. And I don't.
No, it doesn't. But on the experience level, I definitely believe that going to World Cups and representing your country is a massive experience.
No, it is.
Helps you.
But I say for Liverpool though, is in just because of his age doesn't necessarily make him experienced. Because if he hasn't played European football, he hasn't played for one of the top teams in Germany. Does that make you experienced? Because in my opinion, looking at his resume and looking at Trent's resume, Trent's way younger, but Trent's more experienced for this level.
I hear what you're saying. But there's still going to be, within that 6 years of extra life that Endo's had, there's still going to be some things off the field that aren't football related that Endo can bring to the team.
That's true.
That maybe Klopp likes having around. Do you get what I mean? Because like as experienced as he is on the field, as a 24-year-old, there's still a lot of stuff about life Trent doesn't know.
No,
do you get what I mean? And maybe Endo can bring that part. So there's like loads of different elements around his experience that I think Klopp just really enjoys about having him in the squad. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Random question here. A random link here as well. Would you sell Nunes if Chelsea came with a big bid?
No. Definitely not if it's Chelsea. Definitely not if it's Chelsea. With all due respect, after what's happened and the fact that they're rivals anyway, if Chelsea want Nunes, they could suck a dick.
Do you want to pause or no pause?
It's Chelsea doing it, so no pause.
Cool.
It's Chelsea doing it, bro. So, you know what I mean?
Cool.
Would you sell Nunes to Chelsea?
Nah. Okay. Not to Chelsea.
Another thing that's crazy is the striker market's a bit mad. So I know there are some people who think that Nunes wasn't a good signing because they don't think he's good enough technically, whatever. But the striker market is a mad thing, you know. There's not many of them out there. I got to be honest, that we did get one of the better ones in terms of the promise from the young players. Like, there ain't many out there, you know. I'm telling you, when 72 million is being spent on a player that's only got 19 professional appearances in a You know what I mean? And a team that, again, with all due respect to Atalanta, aren't like doing anything or whatever. Like the striker market is peak still. The striker market is peak, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
All right, let's go and let's call her in.
Dangerous.
I think I know.
It
was good.
Yeah.
Oh. What's going on, man?
I'm never gonna my 2 worst streams I've done is the Caicedo one and the one where we played the final game of the Premier League going for the quad.
That's bad. That's bad.
Those are the 2 streams I'll never live down.
What's
good,
going
man?
on, though, bro?
Yo, what's going on, man? Y'all good, man?
Good to see you, G.
It's been a while, man.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. For a minute, I was a bit like, "What's happening here?" But
Yeah,
Now, we gotta talk about that. It's been a madness this past month. Like you got live streams now.
Yeah, it's been
You
crazy,
got Chocolate
bro.
Prince from back in the day. you got Cal, FSG Love, apparently brotherly love and shit. FSG now and shit. What's going on, man?
I know. A lot happens in a month, innit?
That sex tape one was crazy. I'm like, yo, my son was watching. I'm like, yo, cover the eyes and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's why that
Bro,
was.
I was like,
despicable,
yo.
you know what I mean, yeah.
Hey man, but the female he put up was kind of nice though. She was caked up. Bro. You know what I mean? But hey.
I trust Chris to just come with the madness.
She was caked up and stuff. I was like, oh yeah, I might do something later with the missus and shit. You know what I mean?
Oh man, what's good though, G? What's good?
Nah, what's good with y'all? Y'all good, man? Your family's good. The missus is all right and stuff.
Good,
yeah, man. Everything's blessed, G. Everything's blessed, man.
Hey,
Thankfully.
man. Now, so what we gonna do about Kanate, man? He's injured again and stuff, man.
We need to employ you, bro. That's what we need to do.
You know, what type of injury? You got a muscle? I gave him a whole, bro. I mean, in a black market, bro. I gave him a whole new muscle leg and shit. I mean,
You know, I want to know what type of muscle injury it is because the way Klopp
I don't
just
even
went
know.
muscle,
I don't even.
like he did. You know what I mean? He didn't give us any more information. He just went muscle.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's pretty bad, man. So, what do you think is your lineup for Saturday? Because he's not there. I don't think we can do that inverted role if he's not there. So what? I think we might have to like bench Trent and do Gomez on right back and then Matip as a center back type thing.
That sounds like it's up Callum's alley right there.
Actually. I think Trent plays, but I think Gomez plays because he keeps the inverted system and uses Gomez's pace in the same way he tries to use Ibu's.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's looking kind of tough, man. But how you feeling about our boy Nintendo and stuff, man? He looking kind of nice. You know what I mean? I'm kind of happy.
You know, I want everybody to just give him a chance.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of happy, man. I'm kind of happy and stuff. We got Nintendo and stuff. We got Dominic Toretto, man. We got a whole different names and stuff. And it's kind of beautiful. Shit.
Yeah, he's definitely Toretto. I'm telling you, because he's fast and furious. I'm loving it, bro.
He's doing it for family, bro. It's for family, man.
Yeah, he's doing it for familia, 100%, bro.
For familia, bro. Yo, so what are you? I don't think I've chatted with you guys for a bit, but what's your thoughts on Andre? Have y'all looked into him and stuff?
I do like what I've seen. I do like what I've
played
seen.
yesterday, man, and they won the first leg in the Copa Libertadores and stuff. He scored stuff, so he's good.
Let me ask you, bro, because I know you really know about him. If he wasn't in, let's say that team had been eliminated and they weren't in that competition, so they weren't as bothered about losing him now. Do you think Liverpool would go for him now?
That's the thing, though. Like, from because this is all speculations, right? We don't have the facts, right? So, Klopp was offered Enzo for 15 million. He didn't sign him, and he was technically at the time he was the best Argentinian midfielder at the time. So I believe we should invest in him, but I don't know if it's a Klopp thing. I don't know if it's a thing of because I think the fans have the right to be worried about bringing players directly from South America because it's transition. So I think that's a noble way of thinking, right? Because the pace is different. But I think currently, Andre's the best 6 in South America, not just in Brazil, in my opinion. So, and then when you look at the way they play a 4-1-3-2. He is the 6. Like he pretty much holds that position. He's the lone 6 because they for the men's they play so high up, where he's pretty much by himself doing all the tackling and stuff. So he has an in him. And then when you look at the Brazilian national team, bro, to get in that midfield is a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like no disrespect to Japan or whatever, but you know, to get into Brazil's midfield, you got to be of quality. And he's already capped for Brazil, so we should get him. We should, but then I don't know. Apparently, I read reports that apparently we're not in for him anymore. That we bid apparently 30 million, but we're not gonna come again for him in January. So
that means we don't think he's worth 40 then, basically.
Yeah, bro, like 30 from I don't know, man. But that's the thing, right? So that's what confuses me. He's not worth 40, but he's 22, and he has 8 years, 9 years. You can have him for 8, 9 years. Yeah. So the investment is not bad, like, you know. So it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. I don't know. I would get him, but then again, if we get him, then he takes a homegrown spot, and I know how the homegrown spot's kind of like we're in a state where we don't know who to bring in, who to sell. So, you know, I know Cal's been talking about the homegrown thing for years now, and we haven't solved it, you know. But he should probably stop talking about it because nothing's being solved. Like, stop talking about players, stop talking about all that shit. Quiet. You know what I mean? And, you know, let's talk about my boy Lucho and shit. Because, you know, my man over here wanted to, well, not over there, wanted to sell him and shit for some.
Me? I didn't want to. Bro,
the only one on this panel that had love for him was Drifty.
Bro, hold on, wait. I'm not gonna get thrown under the bus here. I was the only one out of the panel who said I would start Diaz in my starting front three.
And you wanted to sell him?
Of course I said I'll start Diaz, bro.
And you wanted
to said you start Gakpo in the 9 and Jota on the left.
Yeah, nah, that's disrespectful as shit, though.
No, I never said that. When did I say that?
We need Jamal to come on. Bro. We need Jamal to come on and get the taste.
No, not at all, bro. I've never said that. I've never ever said that. But if I said I'll play Gakpo up front, which I know a lot of people are surprised because of my Nunez love, and I said I'll play Diaz and Salah. I said Diaz and Salah, that's a guaranteed start. The number 9 is the conversation. You said you'll start Jota. I said I'll start Gakpo. No, Diaz always starts for me, bro. I've never ever said, if I said start Jota on the left, it would have been the only time I think I said that was when I was worried that Diaz pulled his hamstring. Because remember when he was injured now, and it looked like, and I was like, wow, is Diaz all right? Because if Diaz is injured,
when he was touching his groin for Bournemouth.
Oh yeah. Do you remember when it looked like he had some kind of problem? And I was like, what are we gonna do? And then I said, I'll play Jota left, Cal. So I think you're just misremembering what the conversation was. That was when I said I'll play Jota from the left, but not over Diaz. No way, bro.
I said from day dot Diaz is my starting left winger. I said if Cava came to Liverpool, then Diaz would be the rotation player.
Yeah, see, you don't got no love for him, bro. I'm about to put a bounty on your head, bro. It's over for you, bro. That's why Matt's not on, bro. He's already they got him in the dungeon already, covered up. That's why he hasn't been showing up and stuff, you know.
Do you know what my wild take would be on this whole Salah thing? It's an ideal world. It'll never really happen, but say Mo went for like 200 million. We managed to get the Saudis to like give us 200 million, like astronomical money, but it put us right in the game. Like we got 200 million. I would be willing to move Diaz to the right instead of trying to find a replacement on the right. I'm bringing Mbappe in for the left.
All right.
That would be what I would want to try and do.
Get him, Chris.
I'm not pointing you out because a lot of people have been saying that in the Twitter space. He doesn't play on the right hand side. He's never played on the right hand side. He's right-footed.
But he's got the talent to adapt, though, Chris. That's what I believe.
But he's 26, 27 now. It's like you can't really. You know what I mean? If
was Mane not quite a similar age when he made
this is the argument.
To the left?
This is the argument. I think a lot of
played on the left already, though.
But then look, the thing also is that, and I think that's why a lot of fans are willing to sell Diaz is because they keep comparing him to Mane. He isn't Mane. He'll never be Mane.
No, I agree there.
No, but that's for other fans, you know, that think that way. That because I think as a fan base, I know I'm taking time. I'm about to get off.
No, you're good, bro.
A lot of fans are too football's passion, right? So, but we get too attached to players, right? So till this day, I still see people saying, "Oh, we need a Genie replacement." No, Genie's gone. We need to change up. Like we have to change up. Like we sit here and we cry for change and new formations, but we're still trying to hold on to what we used to have. It's not going to work. You got to let go. So Diaz is different. Diaz is not Mane. He'll never be Mane. Mane will be a legend, and we all know that. We all agree he's a legend. He was adaptable in different situations and stuff. And Diaz isn't him. So sorry, my dog.
Everything all right there, bro?
I don't know what you just snatched, but
Oh, that's my dog and stuff.
oh, okay. I thought it was a pet. I thought cat. I thought it was a cat, though.
No, he too quick to be a cat and stuff. I named him Ghost. I don't know if y'all watch Game of Thrones and stuff. I got a white dog. He's pretty big and shit. But let me get out of here and stuff. Nothing but love for y'all, man. It's nice to see y'all, man. Y'all good and stuff.
Man. Nah, same to you, bro. Same to you.
Yo, I've been trying to contact you, Cal, but you don't pick up, man. You too famous.
Nah. I got you, man. I promise.
What's going on, man?
You
don't answer the phone to humble people no more. And shit. I appreciate that. I got you. I'm about to call these Shaolin monks that you this the other time.
No, by the end of the weekend you'll hear from me. I promise you.
All right, but Drift, man, you sound like an alcoholic earlier, man. Get away with that, man. Stay calm and shit. Trying to convince the man, man. Leave the man alone.
No, man. I don't put no pressure on you.
I was dying earlier. You were like, yo, I like to feel a buzz.
Bro, you gotta feel that way, bro. Man. But remember, it's selective days like Saturday evening, Friday evening, like you know what I mean. All the other days, alcohol free, you know. But
let me get out of here. Let someone else in. But nothing but love for y'all, man. Y'all doing
big up yourself as well, man. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, love G. Big up, man.
Man, yo, buy your kids more McDonald's, man. Stop being cheap and shit. Get out of here, man. Bye.
Big up, Chris, as always. Once again, the injury stuff is concerning, man. Can't lie.
Yeah, the Ibu muscle injury is a little worry still.
I'm very worried. And yeah, the whole South American market.
Could it be a blessing, Cal? You know, sometimes we only do something because we've been forced into it. Could Ibu's injury with a week to go, like how Matip, when that happened in the January, do you remember when we weren't going to buy anyone and then Matip got injured and it was like it made us have to.
Who did we get?
All right, I'm hoping for way better quality than what we did in that moment.
Oh, you mean like last summer when Hendo and Keita got injured, and who did we get? Yeah. Because we do really well when we get injuries in the last week of the window, innit? Yeah. Let's go with that one, Drift.
I'm trying to be positive, bro.
Yeah, well, look at the history, bro. The history is far from positive.
I'm trying to be positive, man. I'm trying to be positive. But maybe it makes us think, you know what? The scenario has happened.
Regardless.
We should be, but you know, every now and again, people need a kick up the arse. So could that be it? Is there a defender out there maybe that we could have bought that we were maybe not going to, and then maybe this makes him realize, oh, okay, possibly, maybe it would be a good idea maybe to do it. Like, I don't know. I'm just hoping.
Boy, Drift, I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. Let's get this caller in. Nilante?
Oh, okay. I see what this is. Yeah. I mean, forget about Cal's No, Cal. That's Cal. Listen, you gotta listen. Yeah. I mean, listen. Cal was on me. Yeah, but he comes in front of me. But it's all right. I told you about you, Cal. This little thing. Drift. Speak to your boy. We'll chat offline. Yeah, privately. Yeah. No homo. Pause. But yeah. Speak to your boy. Remember, Croydon's a nice place these days, isn't it? I ain't joking like that.
Is it?
Some part.
Yeah, there's a lot of violence, but yeah, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, no. Big up yourselves, man. What's happened to Matt, man? I mean, is he still on, like, you know, our boy Nabi, still on Nabi Keita daydreams or something? Is he still moping about? I mean, he's gone, Matt. I mean, what can you do? It's over.
Nah, Matt's all cool. Matt was on with Drift Wednesday, innit?
Oh, is it?
Yes, Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, well, I must have missed him. My bad. But there you go. But one thing, I'm all right, man. Just a couple of things before I make my point off. First of all, man, I'll tell you, man. Like, I thought Cal was like goes missing, but you got missing as well. I did my views for the Chelsea game, and I got aired like a side piece.
Do you know what? That was completely my bad. It was. But I made up for it with a Bournemouth one though. So apologies.
That's fine, Drift. It's obvious. I can see what this is. Carl's been doing technicality, like little messages, just a blocking man. Yeah, I'm blackballed on the field still. Yeah, all right. Say no more, Carl. All right, listen, tomorrow I got a day off. Yeah, I'll come and dance. That'll be true. As well, just important thing I just want to say. I mean, not that anyways. I just kind of I recently had a son on the 28th of June, born premature. So I just want to do a shout out, and he's coming out of hospital on Sunday. So I just want to do a shout out to him.
Big up. I remember when you said you had one in the way, actually. So congrats that everything's okay, man. Big up, man.
Oh, guess what, man? He talked as much as his mum. He couldn't wait, and he had to come out early. God, yeah.
But no, man, I'm glad he's all right, man. I'm glad
he's all right. Yeah, it's just a few things. He's gonna have a little hernia, but you know, it's nothing too major, nothing life-threatening. So it's just something that has to be done because he's premature. So yeah, so just wanted to just big him up, just getting some blessings on this show.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 100%, man.
Literally, yeah. So my first question is I had some stuff, but now again I think like everyone, like how that Klopp thing has big up yourself, appreciate that. Basically the Klopp comments is just throwing me off a bit. So he's just like, what is going on with this brother? Has he been drinking about 5-6 Ray and Nephews or some Foster's on top of it, mixed up with some cocktail, some pina colada or something? Because what is wrong with the brother? And then you bring your boy Georgian. What's George doing? What's George doing? Are they having little German beer nights at Klopp's house or something, man? Because boy, something's going on, man, and he needs to be active because this is getting a bit scary still now. Like he really has to pick up, because I mean the question is, I think you two can answer this separately. Are we going to be that club at the end of his tenure? We're going to say, oh yeah, one Premiership, and yeah, people will say he won everything. He's won everything. Yes, he has, but have we really bounced on from that? Because my personal opinion, no. And the reason why I say that is, I think I said this in a previous call, if you remember, at the end of the 21-22 season. Now, I'm a bit harsh, but I just keep it real. I mean, we were on the quadruple stage, and, you know, I remember the streams were all going on, Cal with the triple four, you know, the 4 fingers up in the air, like, yeah. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, there you go, Cal, you know. Hurts, isn't it? It hurts, doesn't it? I know.
I missed that season.
Yeah, exactly. We were on smoke. And then, obviously, again, City done what they've done, and we can't complain, but still we had a chance. And then the Champions League final against Real Madrid. And like I said at the end of that, we bottled it. And we bottled it because that Real Madrid team, they were good, but they were beatable. The team that we had were beatable. And then crucial decisions, Klopp could have made in terms of form plays. He didn't do it, and he went with same as, and we know what happened and this season. So first of all, my questions to you is, if we don't get anyone by the end of the season, this is what we got, where do we finish? And double question, and if so, if the answers for that, so where you think we're going to finish? Do you think at the end of the season, wherever we finish, if we've got the same squad, does Klopp need to go? Just number 2, my question is, who's the better player, Di Maria or Ribery?
Oh,
yeah. And the third question, again, you're coveted into one. I know I'm going to be a bit long-winded, but again, do you think we're going to win the Premiership under Klopp? And number 2, who, when he does go, who would be your man to come in to take over the next revolution for this football club?
Lante, for fantastic questions again, bro.
I appreciate it, man. Just remember me these days, you know, Drift. I mean, well, light skin for life, we were brothers, and then Drift. I mean, Carl's obviously been influencing you, being Drift. I mean, I'm a bit hurt right now, you know what I mean? Carl's obviously put a blackball with me. I remember. I'm gonna chase you up, you know. All right, man. I'm gonna make some calls tomorrow, yeah.
You're a legend, bro. Most importantly, blessings to you and your family as well, man.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Big up. And just one thing, sorry, I know I'm rambling on because everyone's on money. Yeah. So obviously, you know, I mean, unlike like obviously, you know, that passing of wrestling fans of Bray Wyatt at 36, which is very sad. And I just wanted to just give a message to everyone. You know what? We're all in here. Let's respect everyone's opinions in it, because we can agree to disagree. Like, for instance, me, Liverpool 12th man, shout him out. I was on his channel and we have a disagreement of opinions, but it's all about respect. So everyone just appreciate everyone, love everyone, because you don't know, you know, the time is gone. And, you know, everyone in the chat is good, but anyone that's going to come and just chat some nonsense, man, they get straight luck off. And it won't be Cal and it won't be Drift. It'll be me as a mod and other people, yeah? So let's keep it peaceful, big up the chat, and I'm out, yeah?
Big
Yeah,
up,
man.
bro.
Big up.
Couldn't have said it
Well
any
Big up,
better.
you, man.
Well
That's
said.
it.
Well said.
Big up, bro. The legend that is Nalante. Right. We don't sign any other players between now and the end of the window, Drift. Where does Liverpool Football Club finish in the Prem?
Third.
I'm going fifth. If we finish third, should Klopp stay or go?
Stay.
If we finish fifth, should Klopp stay or go?
Stay.
If we finish third, I think I'm willing to give him one. If he's fifth, we may have to address something next summer. Who's a better player, Di Maria or Ribery?
Ribery.
I'm going to cheat a little bit. At his peak, at both their peaks, Ribery had the better peak. Longevity and versatility, I'm going Di Maria.
Okay.
Di Maria went from a left winger to a right winger and also played in the 8 as well. All to high levels. So it's a very close one. Do you think we'll win another Premier League under Klopp?
That's a tough one. If I'm gonna be frank and honest, then I'll speak with my brain. No. If I speak with my heart, then I think we got one more in us.
I don't think we will. In terms of replacements, as of right now, I know people say it's only been one season. As of right now, if I had to pick a replacement for Klopp, it's De Zerbi.
Right, Matting.
Something about him that I really admire.
I know I've gone back and forth on a few things, and I think Mancini is an absolute don. But I genuinely can't give an answer, and I'm not even bottling it. I don't like anyone. There's actually no one right now that I would like, yes, I want that guy to be Liverpool manager. I don't really like any of them in terms of like being the Liverpool manager. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Guardiola's the only one, but that would never happen. So, other than that, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't even want to have to deal with it until I have to actually deal with it.
I do think De Zerbi, there's something special about De Zerbi, I can't lie. I didn't think he could go to Brighton and take them to another level. Potter had Brighton. I think Potter gets slept on how well he did at Brighton. De Zerbi's taking it to a whole nother. They look ruthless when they play now.
But again, he hasn't proved it at a top level. I think I don't want Liverpool to be the experiment. And again, sometimes you've got to get the guy to prove himself. I do get that. But I don't want Liverpool to be the experiment. I'd need to have seen De Zerbi play at a higher level than Brighton, where the pressure is on and you have to win and you can't just float through and play nice football and that's all good. Like, no, you need to win a fucking trophy, right? I need to see him under that before I would think I want him to be Liverpool manager.
That's absolutely fair. Completely agree with that. Problem is he could end up doing that at a club and then not leave that club. I think we're in a position.
That is true.
We're in a position where you've got the old guard of managers and the new guard. There's no in between at the moment.
I hear that. I
think the next person we go for, we may have to take a risk on.
I hear that.
Yeah, De Zerbi's the one for me at the moment. A couple people say Nagelsmann. It's a fair shout.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's unfair, but I just have a little bit of I feel a little bit mad about how it happened, what happened at Bayern Munich. And I know Bayern Munich were a little bit all over the place, so maybe it's not fair. But I just still think, was it the bigger club that maybe was a bit too much for him? Or
No. That was nothing to do with him, bruv. The board were doing silly buggers behind the scenes.
I know there was a lot going on at the club.
No, like real silly buggers. Like, to be honest, if they'd kept Nagelsmann last season instead of getting Tuchel in, they could have potentially been a bit more comfortable in the season.
But it can't be looked past that he wasn't exactly doing well on the pitch either, though.
No, he was doing decent on the pitch, bro.
Not really. Not for Bayern Munich standards, if you get what I mean.
He kind of was, bro. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but since he's left, a couple people from behind in the board have been sacked as well or relieved of their duties.
There's been a whole revamp in it. Like, there's a lot of people that are different behind the scenes. So I don't know. I'm not going to say Nagelsmann's rubbish or anything like that, but possibly, maybe, yeah. I don't know.
Cool. Right, let's go on there. Big up Nelante. Great questions there. Right, let's go next caller on. The legend of Friday nights. Bruno in the building.
First of all, what's the date today?
26th of August.
I'm going to say this now. George Smacker, whatever your name is, I want him sacked. Get rid of him instantly. I want him sacked.
You know he loses his job in 7 days regardless, bro.
I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass. Okay? I want him sacked. Gone. Secondly, those comments that Klopp's made, this is what I mean. He's doing an Arsene Wenger. Yeah? He's kissing FSG's ass. And I don't like it. Why is he sleeping with John W. Henry? I don't like that. Why in the name of garbage is he sleeping with John W. Henry? Stop sleeping in the same bed as John W. Henry, man. Sleep in your own bed. Like, what in the name of garbage is this? Like, it's just garbage, man. We've signed 3 players. We've sold 8. 8. Like, what in the name of garbage is this? Players and brought in 3. The midfield is a mess. Yeah, you bought Szoboszlai, you bought in McAllister, and then you go in and buy in Endo from Stuttgart. I'll give him a chance. I'm not going to do what some of these guys do with Nunes and say, oh, he should leave. And by the way, if Salah goes, yeah, FSG, there's going to be riots. There's no way back. Do you know how many tweets I've sent FSG out? I don't know if you've been on I'm not sure if you've been on Twitter, Drifty, like over 300 tweets. Some of them have pictures on them. Some of them have.
What, you yourself will put out 300 tweets, bro?
Yeah.
Bro.
Some of them have quotes. Some of them have songs. And some of them have got pictures on them you wouldn't imagine. FSG have got to go. The ambition that this guy has is dead. Dead. Like, he can't. It's ridiculous. The amount. So, how do you go from bidding 110 for Caicedo and then you go and buy a flipping Endo? And don't give me the BS of, hey, we can't bid him because it's too expensive. Why in the name of garbage has it taken this guy flipping 5 weeks, 7 weeks to get players in? George Smacker should be sacked. And like, this is the thing, right? This is the thing also, right? Coming to September the 1st is almost here. You know what that means? You know exactly what did I say a few weeks ago? September the 1st, if I don't see improvements, then Jurgen Klopp should be sacked. Now, Drifty, you might think that's a bit extreme. Yeah? I can already tell by the look on your face.
It's very extreme, bro.
Right? Mr. Jurgen should be sacked. Yeah? We don't need an Arsene Wenger. Yeah? Because this guy was pussing around, kissing at the Cronky's ass, and we all know how that ended. I was on Endman's TV. I'm not sure if you saw the
Big
video.
up Ensman TV.
Yeah? And I said exactly the same thing. Now, this guy had his mate on there, and they thought I was going too extreme. Yeah? No, that's not extreme at all. And here's another thing, right? Tottenham. They have not won a trophy since Scouting for Girls. Yeah? Tottenham have not won a trophy since Bianca and Ricky's wedding. I'll tell you what, Tottenham have not won a trophy since Dr. May. That evil, spiteful Dr. May who tried to take Dawn's baby. Yeah? They have not won a trophy. They have not won a trophy.
Oh my god.
There's lots of things that have happened since then. T-Mobile. Yeah. Scooby-Doo. There's another thing they haven't won a trophy since. I tell you what, they haven't won a trophy since The Rock. Yeah? Since the Great Khali. I tell you what, since Barack Obama was the president of America. I tell you what, Tony Blair. Yes, I know that's a bit too over the top. And this is another thing, yeah? You know that commentary that I did last week? Yeah, speaking of commentary, that video we did last month, it was deleted. So I'm going to have to do another one, you know? So I'm going to have to do another commentary, you know?
When? Hold on.
Stankovic.
Hold on, wait a sec. We haven't deleted any videos.
The video that was done the last calling show was deleted because somebody decided to put their flipping PDA.
Oh,
Remember
yes.
that
Oh,
one?
yes. Oh, yeah.
Someone decided to put their flipping PDA in the flipping video. Like, we don't want to see that.
Yeah, that
anyway,
is true,
I have to do some more commentary on here because, you know, it's Tara, it's Risa, and Roy Keane has stamped right on the back of John Risa's ankle here. And now Michael Barak's getting involved. George Mendes is getting involved here. And Peter Crouch has come storming in here. And now Agbonga Hall, Gabby Agbonga Hall getting involved with Jurgen Klopp here. And the referee's calling him over here. It's a red. He snatched the red card out. He's ripped the red card and he's stamped on the floor. He's wrapped the red card in and he's spatting the referee. It's all getting out of control now. It's all kicking off here. It's a red card for this guy, a red card for that guy. It's all kicking off.
Oh man, Bruno, I'm gonna be honest with you, yeah. When Erlin's got it on Smash, you actually sound like John Watson, bro. I swear down, when you say Risa,
John Risa.
Oh man,
that is that old commentator who's on this. I tell you what, do you know the current commentator that we've been talking about? Yeah, he's absolutely appalling. And speaking of commentators, did you see what happened with Bray Wyatt? He's 36 years old. 36. I'm shocked by that.
Yeah, no, that's sad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Did you see? Apparently, the referees have overturned McAllister's red card. Good.
Yes, we haven't spoken about that actually.
Yeah. Good decision, you skankheads. Yeah. Sorry for the wording. Good. Now, hopefully, this referee gets suspended. Do you understand? Suspended. Oh, yeah, and apparently, guess who's in the referee again?
What, for the Newcastle game?
Yeah. Guess who? The same guy that was in the Bournemouth game. So they've basically done absolutely nothing. So what in the name of garbage is that?
No, I didn't know that. That's
Huh?
mad.
You're
still.
supposed to punish them. You're not supposed to reward them. Like, what in the name of garbage is this? Huh?
That's actually a bit of an issue if that is true. How do you feel about that, Cal? Did you know that the same ref from the Bournemouth game is going to get the Newcastle game?
Or I think the VAR, something like that. And I'm like, hang on, what in the name of stupidity is that?
Yeah, yeah. Also, not just that, Mike. What's the arrogant Mike Dean?
I think his name.
No, Mike Dean come out today and was saying, I think it was last season when Chelsea and Tottenham drew.
Yeah,
Romero pulled one of the players' hair and they got a goal from it. He was like, I was in the VAR room and I saw it, but I didn't want to get Anthony Taylor to go to the screen and watch it because they're giving him grief.
Oh, so what in the name of garbage is that, man? What in the name of garbage is that? You're supposed to flipping do your job, not sitting here sticking up, kissing your mates. Put your flipping foot down. If you can't do it, pack your bags, sling your rope back. That is garbage. It's garbage. Last bit on the FSG thing, right? If you cannot compete with the Bayern Munichs, the Manchester Cities, Chelsea's, the Real Madrids, the Man Uniteds, then I suggest you do one thing. Take your $5.5 billion and leave. Right? Au revoir. Yeah? Leave. Adeus. Yeah? If I have to say this in Portuguese, I will, you know. Se você não consegue dar o dinheiro para nós ganhar, vai embora. Estás a ouvir? Está a ouvir o que eu estou a falar? Vai embora e nunca volta mais. Yeah? That's Portuguese. Okay? That's Portuguese, yeah? So, I hope you not get the message. Yeah?
I don't know if we do because you didn't know what you said, bro, but it sounded good. It sounded good. I don't know how it was, but it sounded good.
In translation, so you don't get the so that YouTube don't get all funny, basically said, if you can't give the money, pack your bags and sling your back off to America. Take your kids, take your wife, take your stupid self to buy crap and leave. Yeah? We are the second biggest club in England. We are the fourth biggest club in the world. We are the bride. We are not the bridesmaid, you know. Yeah? We ain't not Tottenham, you know. We don't sit here looking at our ex. We're kissing a new girl. Yeah? We're doing a PDA with a new girl. Yeah? We're not looking at Twitter, looking at what our ex is doing. We're looking for a new girl on flipping Twitter / Facebook. Yeah? We're not sitting flipping. Do you know what? We're not singing sad songs trying to get the ex back. Yeah? We're not sitting here singing, you could have been the one. You're a cheater and a liar. You had no desire after all is said and done. We're not doing that, you know. We are Liverpool Football Club. First place. Yeah? First place. Second place is a disgrace. Yeah? You're getting that Jamaican accent out of me, you know. You're getting that Rasta Jamaican. You know? Second place.
Oh, man.
Do you know how many posters? Do you know how many quotes I had to put on Twitter? Yeah? Do you know right now, FSG Out is trending on Twitter. I checked it. Yeah. So, let's keep it going and get this lot out of here because second place is not good enough. We don't do that here.
Facts.
No, that's true.
Oh, Bruno.
It's always a
pleasure,
it's always a pleasure, man. It's always a
Thanks
pleasure. Next calling show, bro. I need you to do the commentary in Portuguese, bro. That's the one. So, you know what I mean? We'll save that for next time. But big up yourself as always, bro. Big up yourself, man.
Adios, you know. Au revoir.
I'm not gonna lie. Bruno's a legend, man. Fuck
it. Somebody's gonna wish that you were here. We ain't singing that, you know. FSG, au revoir. Leave. Anyway,
oh, man.
adios.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Big up.
Oh man, such a
Oh
legend.
man. So Gal,
Only
give me
Bruno
one
can-
sec, Gal.
Only
Give me
Bruno
one sec.
seamlessly from Jamaican patois to Portuguese. It's incredible. Big up Bruno.
I said Bruno Marley, you know, that one done me in, bro.
I saw Bruno Banton, Bruno Marley, Bruno Cartel took me out. Oh man. Oh boy, that really caught me for 6. Right, let's get our next caller in. Pete, can you hear us, bro?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. How you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad. I was getting a bit tired and whatever about just waiting until Bruno came on, and that just cheered me up.
Bruno is the legend.
Yeah. Okay, I'll save this one because this was for Drifty, but I'll ask you guys the questions first, and then you can tell them what they were. So the first one was, at the start of the window, would you have preferred Nkunku or Soboslai if you were given the choice? Second one is a front three, either of Mane, Robin, and Muller, or Salah, Ribery, and Bobby.
So Mane, Robin, Muller, Salah,
Ribery,
Bobby,
yeah,
and Ribery. Oh, jeez, that is tough.
And then I wanted to talk to you about this because I was thinking, can you really be FSG out if you still go to the stadiums and you still buy all the kit and you still pay for that LFC TV Go, I think it's called, because you're just giving the money back?
It's a fair question.
And then the last thing was, I just wanted to read this out, just the amount the clubs have spent recently. So Liverpool in the past 5 years has spent 450 million. This is euros, by the way. Arsenal in the last 2 years have spent 425. So that's 25 difference. Chelsea just this year have spent 400. Man U in 2 years have spent 430. And Man City in 3 years have spent 469. In 5 years, we're spending the same amount as them.
Yeah.
So I think that's just something I wanted to let you guys all know and just point out to all of the FSG inners. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say for today.
Before you go, this picture you've got of Matt, what was the moment it happened? I need context around it.
Honestly, this one I'm not sure. All I know is he was with Mons at the time.
Okay. Oh, this must have been the Real Madrid game, I think.
Maybe, possibly. Was he with Mons for the Chelsea game? Who was doing the Chelsea game? This
Chelsea game,
one?
no. I think this is Real Madrid because all three of us, me, Mons, and Matt, watched the Real Madrid game, and we went 2-0 up.
Must have been. I have so many at this point. I've forgotten where they're from.
No.
Oh yeah, and one more thing. Sorry, I just wanted to get your take on the KSI fight, like the whole press conference and stuff.
Okay.
And also, not who do you think will win, but who would you want to win?
Cool.
Okay. Perfect. Thanks.
You're a legend, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'll get answering those now. Big up, Pete. I'll start with, again, I'm not just saying this because we ended up with Szoboszlai. Again, I keep on harping about the members video I did before we even found out we were linked with him or going to sign him. Out of the two, I'd have gone Szoboszlai only because we have a lot of attackers and I think we needed a progressive midfielder. So I'd have gone Szoboszlai over Nkunku. Last summer, if you had given me the option to go between Nunes and Nkunku, I'd have gone Nkunku. So in an ideal world, it'd been Nkunku last summer and then Szoboszlai this summer. Not because I think Nunes is rubbish for anyone gets onto me, but it seems as though Klopp really does like playing with a fluid number 9, and Nkunku would be more fluid than Nunes, even though I think Nunes might be better in front of goal. Can we still be FSG out if we're buying merch and pay for subscriptions? Yes and no. And maybe I'm being a little hypocritical because we have LFC Go, but I think we have LFC Go because we kind of have to keep up with the news. Or else there'll be certain things where you guys ask us things, or certain times we've got to do videos for you guys for content and we wouldn't be able to do it. So I'll be honest, this summer I've not bought any kits. and it hurts because I usually try and get the kids their kits and get myself one so we can all like have a little matching outfit now and again. I've not done that this summer, and it does hurt because you guys know I like collecting and buying Liverpool kits, but I couldn't bring myself to do it this summer for that very reason. I need to see the club spend a bit more and show some ambition towards winning trophies on a regular basis. And when I say big trophies, I'm talking about the Premier League and European trophies as well. So I get the sentiment, but at the same time, people won't want to lose their ticket, especially if they're a season ticket holder, because of the waiting list and all of those things. So it caught between a rock and a hard place, because the thing with Liverpool is if one person says, right, I'm not going to buy anything, I'm not going to go to games, there'll be someone who will take their spot in no time. So it's a tough one. Shout out to Jamie in the comments as well. Make sure you check out Jamie's channel. He raises a good point here. Buying merch helps the football club, not the owners. I'd say it does help the owners to an extent, Jay, because it means they don't have to put as much money in, especially with the Nike deal we've got. But effectively, buying merch does actually help the club because we get a percentage off merchandise sales. So it's a double prong. It's a tough situation to be in. In terms of the spend, the fact that we've been outspent by all of our rivals, it's frustrating. I don't think it's the end of the world, though. Obviously, it would help. But again, I look at people like Man United and Chelsea who spent a lot of money but haven't got anything to show for it. So for me, it's not always about the amount you spend, it's how you spend the money. And I think that's been my issue. Again, I'm not even trying to take the mick here, but we spent 85 mil on Nunes last summer when, in my opinion, that money could have been spread out differently. So it's not necessarily how much you spend. Sometimes it's how you spend the money. I keep on going back to the example. We bought Thiago and Jota for a combined 60 mil, I think, or 65 mil. And that same 65 mil wouldn't have bought you Mudryk at Chelsea. I know which two I'm taking it. Like, I know which scenario I'm taking there. So it's not always about the money, but we should have more money available from the owners. The KSI fight, who do I want to win? I'm not copying out here. Not in a rude way either, because I did speak about this with Jamie, James, and Luke about the fight. I don't care who wins. Like I just don't.
I don't even know who he's fighting. Who's he fighting?
Tommy Fury. KSI's fighting Tommy Fury.
Oh, is it official?
Yeah, it's fully official.
Oh, right. Is that? Oh shit. Okay.
I genuinely don't care who wins or loses that. Not in a rude way. I just I don't have that emotional attachment. Whereas Crawford and Spence, I really wanted Crawford to win. Like, I was emotionally involved in that. If this one, I'll just watch as a spectator, and whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. I think
no disrespect to KSI, because obviously, like, big up everything he's achieved or whatever. But I think he is still a YouTube boxer in regards to, like, whereas Jake Paul now, I think you need to kind of say, like, he's actually good enough to be like a professional boxer. How high you think he is, I still think he's good enough to be considered more in that bracket than a YouTube fighter now, where I'd say KSI is still a YouTube fighter. No, that's fair enough. But I look at Jake Paul and I think he's got a much more developed game than KSI. He looks more like a proper boxer to me than KSI does. So based on that, I think Tommy Fury will walk through KSI. Personally, because he kind of not dominated in a way like he made Jake Paul look stupid, but he was way more the better boxer in the Jake Paul fight. So based on the knowledge I'm putting all together of what I see, I think he walked through KSI. Tommy Fury. I actually think it's a bad choice for KSI to fight Tommy Fury personally.
I don't think he stops KSI because it's only 6 rounds. If the fight was longer than 6 rounds, I think he would stop KSI, but I think he gets a decision win.
I think he'll knock him down. I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think he'll knock him down.
Yeah, I do as well. But I think that's more because of KSI's more got a bouncy style, so I think he'll catch him off balance and put him down. Who would you have taken this summer given a choice? And Nkunku or Szoboszlai?
Szoboszlai.
And then here's one that you haven't answered yet, and I haven't answered yet. You can only choose one front three: Mane, Robin, and Muller, or Salah, Bobby, and Ribery. I know which one you're going to choose, actually.
Yeah, go on. You said Mane and Robin.
They're arguably your two favorite players of all time.
They're both in my top 5 all-time favorite players, bro. Like that goes without saying. And Muller might not be in my favorites, but the guy could bang. So yeah, one. Hey, Robin and Mane is your wingers. Well, cook, bro. Oh my days.
I'll be honest. I'd probably have to go to. I think I may have to go Salah, Bobby, and Ribery. You know.
And you know what? Because Ribery and Bobby work for you, like Mane and Robin work for me. That's why I hear that. And obviously Salah's a GOAT. You know what? I think that three are better.
Salah's my top 10 favorite one in my top 10 of favorite players of all time. Salah's in my top 10.
Bobby, Ribery, and Salah are probably more talented if you combine the talent than Muller, Mane, and Robin, based on the fact that I think that Bobby's better than Muller.
I'll be honest, I think Muller's one of the most slept on footballers in history.
But you know what? And I mean this with no disrespect, because the guy is a G. Muller's like that textbook G.
No, he's not. I knew you were going to say that.
He is, bro. He's a textbook G. He's not an X Factor player. He's a textbook G, bro.
He is.
No, Muller's not an X Factor player.
He is.
He's not.
This is what I mean. He's one of the most slept on footballers. He was so good, bro.
No, he is a brilliant, bro. When I say textbook as well, I hope people don't think I think Alan Shearer was a textbook striker. That's not me saying that I think you're like, but you know, textbook means like, you know what you're going to get. Do you get what I mean? Like, he's not X Factor. That's what I mean when I say textbook. When you're a textbook player, like, you kind of know what you're going to get. Mane, and Ribery plays like that, where it's like
space invader, bro.
His movement was brilliant, yeah.
Bruv, movement, finishing. Bruv,
I don't think Muller's an X Factor player.
Do you know how many assists he got?
Yeah. He's a don. He's a don. But I just don't think he's.
I prefer watching Bobby over Muller. There's an argument to say that Muller might have been better than Bobby at their peak, though.
I disagree with that, but fair enough.
There's an argument. I can't sit there and be like, if anyone was to say Muller at his peak is better than Bobby at his peak, I can't sit there and be like, that's a crazy statement to make.
I disagree, but
Muller's cold, man. Muller's cold, and obviously Robin and Mane, they speak for themselves. Like, two of the best wingers to ever lace up.
All four of those wingers are absolutely exceptional.
That's the point, yeah. Here's the thing. I think Robin's more talented than Salah, but I think Salah's way more clinical.
I agree with that, yeah. Robin wasn't really a goal scorer. He was just a scorer of great goals. Like, I wouldn't like, if somebody said to me, do you think Robin is a bagsman? I would say no. But he was a scorer of great goals, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Robin is in my top 3 though, favorite players.
I don't know who's more talented out of Mane and Ribery. On a technical level, it might be Ribery. Just pure technique, it might be Ribery.
Maybe. Ribery was an absolute G.
Ribery was crazy.
But peak Mane is unplayable.
So is peak Ribery.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go bias on this one.
I don't know. I'd go Salah, Bobby, and Ribery, but I don't have an issue with anyone going Mane, Robin, and Muller. Big up, Pete. Brilliant questions there, as always. All right, let's get our next caller on. Ain't seen this man in a while. Glasgow Red TV. John, you there, bro?
Jesus. Seriously? That would have been just... First of all, you kicked me off.
I don't know how you got kicked out.
You're last?
You're not last.
No. You definitely didn't get kicked out, bro. I don't know what happened, but you didn't get kicked out.
Well, I don't know what happened there.
You come in there on a crazy vibe, bro.
Really? Come on.
No problem. We didn't kick you off.
Well, something happened. Something mad was happened there.
Yeah, probably.
If you didn't, I apologize. But
No, we didn't kick you off.
Right, something happened then. Yeah,
How you doing?
I'm not Bob. How you found?
You're back in your good books now, yeah.
fucking cunts.
No, we didn't kick. I don't know what happened though, but we definitely didn't kick you off. That's why I sent you the link.
I haven't got a clue what happened. So if you didn't kick me off, I apologize.
Nah, you're good, man.
You're still that kid. You're still bosser, but
maybe you lost connection or something. Because if you lose connection, then you'll drop out and it's hard to get back in. You know what I mean?
That's probably what I'm. But really, if you don't know me, shall I say you're a bastard? I mean that as a joke.
Yeah.
Of course.
You don't have to explain yourself.
Yeah. No, but I mean, to the people in chat, yeah, cool. We know it's all a joke. Come on, man. We know it's all love.
But first of all, this £111 million bid that we put in for Casado, I'm sorry, that was fake bid. It was fake. We did not put that bid in whatsoever. We were never going to spend that money, ever. I tell you why we weren't going to spend it. Have you seen FSG recently, after that bid? Sorry, apologies.
Sorry.
No, my chest killed me. I've got COVID at the minute, so.
Man.
So, have you ever seen FSG put a bid in for someone, say 67 million, 80 million, 90 million, ever since then? No.
No,
So,
Virgil, isn't it?
That was a fake bid. We went in with Lavia, 60 million. The week before, we were scraping to try and meet 50 million. Scraping to try and meet the 50 million target. And then all of a sudden we might go, are we over 60? That's fake bid as well. Where's the money went to? Where is the money going to? Who be bought since Casado?
Remember, this is his name now until he gets better. Remember, it's Concedo.
I'm not involved in that. I'm not involved in that.
That is, isn't it? But since then, who we bought?
No.
We bought Angel for 16 million, a 30-year-old. Bear in mind, we let go of Fab, who's only 29. Sense? In my opinion, it doesn't. That makes no sense whatsoever. We let go of a 29-year-old. They go saying a 30-year-old for 16 million. No, not having it. And second of all, I say it's all this is down to FSG. A reason I say that is because they hired George, your man George. I call him George, the sport director, right?
Yeah.
Now they hired him. What is his job? What is his personality?
We don't know, bro. We actually don't know.
No, we don't know. You're actually right. His job is ban vapes. Right. But we were told his speciality is
the German market.
Negotiating transfer deals. Right. Why would you pull him off one of the biggest transfer deals ever that this football club has ever did in Casey? If it was a true bid, why would you pull him off that deal and put in an IT guy, a marketing guy, in charge of that deal? I.e. Billy Hogan.
I think because Smackers doesn't seem to be able to do these sort of deals.
Right, but then that's FSG's fault. They hired him.
I mean, technically, Klopp hired him.
Hi, did he?
Say again.
How did he?
Klopp made the recommendation and said that's the one he wanted to work with.
Okay, right. I'll go with that. If that's the route you want to go down, okay, I'll go with that.
Oh, you're right though. Ultimately, FSG did employ him, but it was on Klopp's recommendation. Hence, why the problem is, does Klopp have too much power? Because Klopp shouldn't be employing someone who should effectively be able to supersede him.
I do agree with what you're saying, but then who is his employers?
Yeah, FSG, yeah.
FSG or his employers, right?
Hmm.
Why would you hire a guy who is meant to be, I say meant to be, a specialist in signing players, and then go to your other guy, your other FSG in guy, in terms of, right, this guy's not good enough for a job. We want you to oversee the transfer deal. For me, the guy's never ever been involved in a transfer negotiation in his life. Why would you do that?
No idea. He should. Here's the thing. I thought Schmatke would come in and do well because of his links to the German market, but I haven't even been able to do that.
No, he hasn't. We're sitting now links to Coney. If we want the Coney will be the Liverpool player at the start of the summer. Simple as that. He would have been the Liverpool player at the start of summer.
So here's the thing, though. I don't know if Klopp wanted those players. I think people in the recruitment team wanted those players, because if we wanted those players, we'd have those players.
Yes.
I don't think Klopp wants Kone or Thuram, or else would have them. They were the two easiest deals to make this summer.
But again, Carl, you're putting down the clap. I've just showed you two scenarios where FSG have overruled clap, right?
Yeah.
In terms of Billy Hogan overseeing transfer deal, one of the biggest transfer deals we could ever do, 111 million, and you pull your sporting director off that deal to put in a guy who knows nothing about transfers.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't. None of this summer's made sense, though.
No, it doesn't. So for me, like my name says, FSG out. Fuck nah. Not tomorrow. I want them out yesterday. They have to leave. They have to leave. They can't afford this club. The summer's proved it. The summer's a pure joke.
Yeah, it is.
We're sitting here. We love this club, Durbone. We love this club. We buy every single shirt. You know, if a shirt goes on sale,
Yeah.
I know for a fact, shirt goes out, you'll back. Gal, you said 2 seconds ago, you have not bought this season's tap.
Yeah, I know. It hurts. But I really like this season's kits.
Yeah, and that hurts. It hurts us as fans. A fan of kits. Not bad. But then what's the point in buying it? If it means it's not going to help the club, why would you buy it?
Yeah, I hear you.
Where's this 20% from Nike? Apparently,
so again, I'm speculating here, but I think that 20% from Nike was used to buy Diaz and Gakpo in the January windows.
But how long we been Nike for?
Been with Nike since 2020.
Right, how many years that Cal?
So we signed Diaz in 2022. 2021 we didn't sign anyone in the January. 2022 we signed Diaz. Last January we signed Gakpo.
Right. You tell me of 20%, we've been Nike for about 4 years?
3 years.
3 years? Right.
Yeah.
So 1 year, for 1 year, we seen players of the 20% that we make off a Nike. What happened to our previous years?
No, it's 2 players, Diaz and Gakpo.
Years. Right, but it's 1 year.
No, because we got Nike in 2020.
2 years. Apologies.
Yeah.
What happened to the previous year?
I saw again, just speculation, but if we signed in 2020, the first set of money from Nike would have come through 2021. So the summer of 2021. So then, or the end of the summer 2021. So that would allow us to spend on Diaz in 2022. And then so.
Well, then Drifty or I don't know if Drifty going to come back in or I don't know. But Drifty or turns out about Liverpool's profits. We made £7 million profit. We made more than that. Where is the money going to?
So we didn't. So we made more than that, but the profit we made was 7 mil because of the bonuses and stuff from winning the trophy.
Earl, you said the stand. You said the stand.
Yeah, standard wages and stuff. That
stand. No, FSG give us a loan for the stand.
Yeah, which we got to pay back though.
Yeah, but why should we?
No, we shouldn't. I agree with that. We shouldn't, but that's the way they work.
Well, so FSG needed to fuck out of this club. They're not
gone ages ago.
They're not. I thank them for what they did. I do genuinely thank them for what they have done. But at this moment in time, they're not big enough to run this football club. It's as simple as that.
No, they are big enough. They just choose not to run it in the way we want them to. That's why I want them gone.
Yeah. My only issue with Klopp, I got one big issue with Klopp. That's it. You think about Rafa. What did Rafa do?
Tactically, Rafa was brilliant.
What did Rafa do in terms of owners?
Called them out.
He called them out. I want Jurgen Klopp to come out in a press conference and call them out. Now, Rafa reapplied for the job after we sacked Roy Hodgson. Why did Rafa not get that job? Because they knew for a fact
he'd call them out if need be.
Call them out. I mean, it's not a coincidence. They want a yes man. Yes, is Jurgen Klopp a yes man? He probably is.
He is.
But then Jurgen Klopp hasn't, in my opinion, he's not been backed enough. Like Carl, you said in terms of new managers, again, I don't want to take too much time.
Yeah.
He kind of says in terms of new managers, you go for a bright manager.
Yeah.
Are we really going from a world-class manager, world-class, he's up here.
Yeah.
To a bright manager who's down here. You can't even see my hand. That's how low.
But then I asked, who else would there be?
Exactly. So why replace him?
I'm not saying I want to get rid of Klopp, by the way, but I'm saying.
Well, I know for a fact. I know you're not a Klopp.
Yeah.
I know all these people in the comments saying, Carl's Klopp, Carl. He's not.
Yeah. You speak to me offline. You know my thoughts on Klopp.
Klopp is never.
Yeah, I've never wanted Klopp. I've never said the word Klopp out. I've never said, even privately. Anyone can clip me up privately who I speak to outside of the streams and stuff. If I wanted Klopp gone, I would genuinely say it. But I do also think that we have this notion as fans as Klopp's the last manager we can ever have. There are other talented managers out there. It's just some of them haven't had the chance to prove themselves yet. And I think De Zerbi's one of them.
But again, we thought that about Brendan Rodgers.
I didn't think that about Brendan Rodgers.
But no, that's what FSG thought. But
I think FSG looked at Brendan Rodgers as a young manager who couldn't really come in and throw his weight around because he didn't have a CV that allowed him to do that. The difference I feel with De Zerbi is De Zerbi might not have the CV in the UK, but he doesn't seem like a yes man. He seems like someone who will be like, well, I wanted this player, but I wasn't backed. And that's what I want from my manager. Plus, he seems like he's good tactically and technically as well.
You're probably right. But one of the last things I'll say is until we get these owners out, you will never see me on your channel or another tap ever again.
I hear that.
Which is why I'm wearing a Noran tap.
Yeah, I hear it.
I can't. I will always support Liverpool with all my heart. That's my club.
Yeah.
Liverpool's my club for the day I die. But in terms of FSG, I can't support them. I can't.
No, I hear it. I hear you, man.
And even if I buy a retro shirt, that money goes to FSG.
Yeah.
I can't even buy. I can't bring myself to buy a retro shirt. My 14-year-old boy is to ask me, will I buy him the home cap for his birthday, which is next week? I told him no.
Yeah. The thing is, though,
I hard to understand.
it's a double-edged sword because obviously we don't want to buy merch because it feels that the owners get money from it, but technically it's the club that gets money from it.
But who owns the club?
The owners, they don't get the money though. It just means that they don't have to spend their own money.
Who owns the club? But
well, FSG, but it just means so. All right, so the way I break it down is, let's say I wanted to buy something that costs £50,
right?
Let's say Drifty is the fan who buys shirts, and that brings me the £50. That means I don't have to take the £50 out of my bank. I just wait for Drifty to buy the shirt, and then I buy the £50 thing. All that changes if we stop buying shirts. Is FSG have a choice whether they use their own money or don't buy the shirt. The way FSG operate, they probably won't buy the shirt.
No, yes.
So we might be hurting FSG, but we're also hurting the club as well. But it's just that's the only thing we can do.
Now, I had a phone call with a pal earlier on, and this is a question we don't want to ask and we don't want the answer. If it is true about Mo Salah, if about the Saudi offer coming in, I'd be willing. Now, I love Mo Salah. I don't want Mo Salah to leave. People do not come at me.
They're gonna come at you.
But if I have to sacrifice Mo Salah in terms of FSG leaving, I will sacrifice Mo Salah.
Salah leaving will give FSG a stronger position now.
No, Salah leaving will give the fans a stronger position.
It'll be easier for FSG
because Jurgen Klopp will walk out the next day.
He won't walk.
He will walk. I'm telling you, he will walk. And Drifty, all due respect, mate. I love that shirt, but I can't. Just you wear a shirt, right? I don't want to wear the shirts. I love that shirt.
Oh, you know, got a Liverpool kit on now, no? I thought it was
no, Northern Ireland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do you know what? I get where you come from, but if I've already got it, I'm gonna wear it. Buying a new one, it's you know what? It's mad because like what Cal was just saying, like I agree with both sides. I have no issue with somebody who doesn't buy a shirt because they feel that they're helping them. Like I totally get that point, but I also understand the people who want to buy the shirt because they love the club and they feel like their ownership shouldn't ruin their love of wanting the product that gives them that feeling. So I actually just fully understand both sides of the coin. I really do, and it's hard to know which one is the best one to do. Do you know what I mean?
You're right. If you already own the shirt, then it doesn't make much difference. So you're right in saying that. You are. Me not sitting here wearing the shirt I already own is actually a bit stupid because I've already bought the shirt, so why shouldn't that work? Wearing a new product, in my opinion, will be different.
But I'm gonna be real with you. I want that purple shirt.
I want the red one as well.
I even like the home kit.
You do not know how much I want that purple top.
That purple top is gorgeous, man. And Endo even looked great in it. When Endo did that, when Endo signed it, that picture of Ed, I was like, he's in the purple shirt. I was just like,
no,
like
you know me and Cal. I'm fighting against myself not to buy the purple shirt.
I really like the purple shirt.
We come on and a purple shirt was leaked. Cal was on purple rain.
You know, I'm gonna throw a curveball in there, guys. Ali's goalie kit. Oh, fuck, Ali's
Oh,
goalie top. Oh, tell me you don't want Ali's goalie top.
I want that shirt. I want that shirt.
I'm not gonna lie, Nike have done us beautifully this season. I have got no qualms with
I
Nike
said
this
it
season
shouldn't be
whatsoever.
Nike have been slightly underrated with their kits from the
Yeah,
beginning of the
I
deal to
even
now.
like the green and white one. I know you lot might not agree, but
No,
I even like the green and white one. It's at the bottom of the list, but I still think it's a nice top.
I generally believe this season is Nike's best ever season in terms of making kits.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Possibly the one season where I don't want to buy a Liverpool shirt.
Yeah,
Fucking
sod's law, isn't it?
bastards did me dirty. Bastards did me dirty, just like you did, Drifty. Drifty, don't think I forget about that one.
I know you ain't gonna forget that.
No, I'm wrong. But anyway, alright, big up, guys. We're back.
Nah, big up to you, bro.
Yeah, big up, bro.
And hope you recover as well, man.
Yeah, get better as well, bro. Get better soon.
No, of course. But I do hope the fans are all well, hope the kids are all well, everything else.
All good. Yeah,
but
all good.
I want to say one last thing, right? It's nothing to do with Liverpool. Right. Today's a weird day for me. But what I want to say is, until then, Man U are still fucking shit. They're still dog fucking shit.
I'll agree with that.
That's a good way to end.
Perfect way to end it.
Oh, I'm wrong. I'm not wrong, am I?
You're not, no.
But anyway, big up, guys. Respect.
John,
No, big up
yourself,
as well,
bro.
G. Big up yourself, man. Big up, G.
Big up to John. Right, people. 2 more callers. If you haven't already, please do smash that like button. Right.
Yeah, this one's going to be a good one. This one's going to be a good one.
And I don't know if he's ready or not.
He's ready. He's ready.
You ready, Uncle? Can you? Oh no, we can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Are you on mute? I don't. Is he?
No,
No, he's not.
mute.
Is he?
Uncle Albert, we can't hear you.
No, don't do that.
Uncle Albert, we can't hear you. Have you got headphones in or anything?
Let me try to. No, we can't hear you. Oh man.
Are you connected Bluetooth? Is something connected to the Bluetooth or something? Can't hear a word, Uncle.
Is there any way you can come out and come back in? Try and jump out. Yeah, try and jump out and come back in.
All right, while he's doing that, we'll get our other caller on. Streets approved Thames. You there, bro? Oh no.
Thames, you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, what's good, bro? What's good? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all
How you
good.
doing,
I'm all
bro?
good. Wait, just give me 1 sec. Yeah, can you not hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. We can hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna get on. I'll be honest. I was busy playing FIFA, but yeah, since I put it on, I don't know, guys. It's a bit it's a weird feeling when I listen to the press conference that Klopp had. It's it seems very, very familiar. Like the tone that he was speaking and the words that he decided to use. To me, this is my thing. Yeah, this is how I felt today after listening to everything. And I think I've kind of felt like this for a while. But the way I'm feeling now, this season is the be all and end all for me. Like this season for me will provide all the answers. And I'm not even just talking about Klopp or FSG. Knew already what was going on with that. But for me, this is it for Klopp, for some of the players that we have. Linda's, everything. For me, this season will have this is the answer now. This is, you know, in the Bible, there's the last book is called Revelation. For me, this is the revelation of this entire club, because we're a circus right now. The lack of planning, everything that's going on, for me, it's actually quite embarrassing. And obviously, we've all spoken about how we're a very big club, or this, that, and the other. A club the size of Liverpool should have 3 candidates lined up for when Salah leaves. There should be right now. There should be a black book with potential candidates from South America, Europe, wherever. Just the names, and they should all be around the ages of let's say 19 to 24, something around there. And there should be viable, realistic. You know, they don't have to be flashy or anything, but there should be a backup for each position. People talk about Brighton. I'll be honest. I don't actually think De Zerbi's doing anything fast. I think De Zerbi's come into a system that's well functioned, and he just slots in and he just does his thing. Because if you look at Potter in Chelsea, right, or when he was at Chelsea, for me, I feel like that was more of a true reflection on Potter than it was on. Because I feel like any manager can go to Brighton and flourish. Like, in my opinion, I don't actually think it's the manager themselves that I just think Brighton are so well run. I think their owners, down to, you know, the recruitment, everything, it's just so well. It's a well-oiled machine. I feel like anyone can go in there, focus on the coaching, do what they need to do. But now, you know, at Liverpool, you've got Klopp doing coaching, recruitment, all these other things. There's so much going on, and it's a mess. So that's what I wanted to say on that. I know I've really kind of gone over my time, but another thing I wanted to mention. Listen, this Konate injury, for me, a blind man could have seen this from a mile away. And I'll be honest, the way I'm feeling about it, everyone knew this was most likely going to happen. And for me, it just goes back to the lack of planning. And yeah, there's serious issues with how we intend to move forward, and the progression of the squad. City lost Mahrez, Laporte, and Gundogan, and they effectively replaced each position with Doku, what's his name from Chelsea, Kovacic, and Garbador, and they're gonna bring in Mateus Nunes for good measure. Just you know, all right, cool. Kovacic, he's getting on a bit. Let's just get someone in younger. That is how you effectively replace and replenish. That's how you're not. You know when you grow a plant, you don't just siphon all the fruit from it. You have to. What's the word? What do you call it? You have to. Yeah, like you have to look at how the tree can also replenish itself. You don't just siphon everything. You don't suck out everything from that tree, and in doing so, the tree won't be able to replenish and it won't be able to grow again properly. So again, lack of planning. And what else did I want to mention? Yeah, another thing about this. I actually wanted to talk about this Lavia thing, because I was watching Chelsea today and they panned the camera at him to the stands. I just wanted to get your opinions on this real quick. I don't know what's going on over there, but he hasn't started, or he hasn't even featured on the bench, and it's 2 games in a row now. I wanted to know your thoughts on this whole Lavia thing, because for me, I feel like this should be a life lesson for all of us. And I feel like this should be a thing where sometimes in life, you actually just have to drop your ego. You actually have to. Because this has opened my eyes a little bit, because people are saying, oh, he went for footballing reasons and stuff like that. Obviously, I'll never look at anyone differently for going somewhere else for money, but you have to own that, and you actually have to, you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest to people. When you make a decision, you have to let people know the reasons why you make the decision. Or I mean, you don't have to, but if you're gonna say you went for footballing reasons, do you really believe you went for footballing, or do you think anyone believes that? Because for me, he hasn't even featured on the bench, and obviously Potter's come out and said, yeah, he needs time to, I forgot the quotes he used exactly, but he just said effectively he needs time, which I don't know. I think if he came to Liverpool, I think he would have at least featured on the bench, at least. So for me, I don't know. I think, guys, I just think, listen, sometimes in life, you have to drop your ego. And I got one question, or actually two questions.
Go for it, bro.
What can Szoboszlai do? Oh, sorry, what can Bellingham do that Szoboszlai can't do? I've come on here and I've sent the super chat before, and I've said I actually prefer Szoboszlai over Bellingham. I'll be honest, but I wanted to hear from you guys. What can Bellingham do that Szoboszlai can't do? And this is like an attributes thing. I want you to compare each footballing attribute. Right? I'm not talking about stamina. I'm not talking about although those are attributes. I want to know what passing, shooting, dribbling, press resistance, all of that. I want to know what Jude Bellingham can do that Szoboszlai can't do. Because for me, if I was to pick one, and I'm talking about value for money, because you know me, I do like my Audi and I do like my Lidl. I want to know.
Same man, big up.
Come on,
same man.
I'm saying for every penny that is spent, which one is worth more? And not even just worth more. Which one do you prefer? Because I'll be honest, I love Jude. I actually do. And I rate him. What he's doing at Madrid, he scored a goal today, tonight again. Big up to him.
Another one.
Literally, I think that's 4 goals and 3 starts. Fair play to him. Like, he's actually carrying their attack. But in saying that, he's playing a bit further forward. He's not really playing the way he played at Dortmund. But in saying that, for me, I'm picking Szoboszlai over Jude Bellingham all day. And I feel like there's a lot of hype around Jude Bellingham, which is fair enough. He's earned that hype. He's earned it. Sometimes you actually have to earn the hype. And last thing, who has had the best debut in a Liverpool shirt? For me, I'm going Thiago. I think Szoboszlai's display the other day was an honorable mention. But yeah, from off the top of my head, I think Thiago, for me, in recent times, I think, yeah, his debut for me was the best one. So yeah, that's it from me, guys.
That's a sick question.
Nah, big up as always, man.
Yeah, man. And
yourself well as always, bro. Big up.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Another thing as well, real quick. You can be FSG out and still get merch, in my opinion, because I feel like because I got the new shirt, like the new kit, the red one, the home kit, and for me, I look at it more of like a I think it holds sentimental value to me. So yeah. I'm very openly FSG out, but I want to be able to, you know, later on in the future, if I know, or when I do have children, I want to be able to kind of, you know, show them some of the stuff I had, some of the stuff I wore, you know, growing up, and the football team I supported and stuff. I would like them to be Liverpool fans as well. So I feel like these things, you know, showing them these type of things, these, you know, the shirts, the kits, all these that pictures in the shirt. I've got loads of pictures in like previous kits and stuff like that. So for me, it's more of a personal thing. And Kyle, you mentioned that you're not gonna get or you haven't got your kids the kit yet. I would say if it makes them happy, do it. Because at the end of the day,
you might have just changed my mind with what you just said.
You have to. No, you have to, because it's more about football is drift. You said this as well. There's a lot of emotion in football. You can't actually separate the two. For me, growing up, I'm very emotional, especially when it comes to football. Football can ruin my whole week. So there's a lot of investment emotionally that I've put into this sport, especially into Liverpool. Emotional investments are just as big as not just as big, but I thought they're very valid and they're very important. And for me, getting the shirt was a representation of my emotional investment, my emotional.
It is almost as big, bro. What you was gonna say wasn't gonna be wrong. Emotional investment is probably almost just as big as financial. It's just in a different way.
100%.
Like it just is. Like if you pick the woman that you want to marry, that's an emotional investment. That's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make in your life. Things like that. Emotional investment is huge. It is.
Absolutely.
And you can't separate football and emotion. People always say, "Oh, if you're too emotional," that I get it. But what's mad is, Carl, no, in life, I ain't. It's Liverpool that do this to me, and it's weird. I don't know if I just pump all my emotion into football and leave myself like a robot for the rest of life. But like, you have to have football. Without emotion, I don't really want to be a football fan, if I'm being honest. So
I'm too deep in. I honestly, like, the way I am
way deep in.
Yeah, I can't. I signed the contract. I signed the contract. I can't.
Signed the contract.
It's too deep now. It's for me. It's like, you know, I'm fully in, and yeah, hopefully, you know, yeah, these little these gestures of like emotional support, like, you know, with the team and stuff. For me, it overrides my hate for FSG. So when you know, if you're putting it on a scale, I know as they do, then yeah, like it would be heavily in favor. It would be heavily in favor. Or
So
I'd love
listen,
to know how you sexually invest into Liverpool.
yeah, how do you sexually invest it? I don't know how you do
that
that,
is
bro.
crazy. Now, I mean, unless you got Liverpool covered sheets and stuff, I don't know. But yeah, like, you know, I mean, some people might do, but yeah.
Do you know
like,
what?
yeah.
No, actually, I get where he's coming from. He might be saying it from point of view like I'm in the mood if they win.
Okay.
I'm totally out of the mood if they don't.
100%.
That might be it.
100%.
That might be it.
Didn't what's it? Didn't Henderson have? I think Henderson had his had a child 9 months after we won the Champions League. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
a couple of them man did still.
Hey, listen,
there you go. That's a sexual investment.
When the time's
right
right. When the time's right. Nothing feels, I'm telling you, everything feels better after a Liverpool win. Everything, eating food feels better after a Liverpool win. Going to the park feels better after Liverpool win. Everything is just better. But yeah, like yeah, as I was saying, sometimes yeah, your emotional love for the club has to override your hate for FSG, because yeah, we'll still be here after they're gone. So you know, there's no point cutting our nose to spite our face. You know, there's no point, you know, us, you know, living in disappointment just to kind of make them feel bad. As long as they're here, you know what I mean, I might as well, like, I don't know, like I still got to get mine. Do you know what I mean? Like I got to leave with something, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, do you know? Again, that's what I said, Bob. I totally understand where both sides of the argument are coming from, and I always will. And what you just said about the sentimental thing and having a collection for your kids, a lot of people, especially I saw Cal's eyebrows raised. That resonates with people who do love
100%.
having all the kits and remembering every season and having that collection. And you're right. Imagine if FSG leave in 2 years, but there's about 8 kits you wanted that you don't have in that time frame, and then you're left with that whole gaping hole within your collection. Like, I get it.
I'm still burning from the fact that I didn't get the Champions League winning kit with the collar on it. At the time, I didn't really have my own money, so I couldn't, like, it was hard. But I'm still burning from that, and I'm still burning from the fact that I didn't get the kit we won the league in. So, you know, I'm having it's painful. It is painful.
I'm not gonna lie, I got the Champions League winning kit. I got a long sleeve and short sleeve.
This is
don't rub it in, mate.
Literally, it's all right. Then.
No, man.
I'm gonna find out
there's kits that I haven't got in my collection. Like, I still wish I had.
I haven't got the white colour kit when we got to the final, but we lost. That is a beautiful kit. I'm so annoyed.
Which one's that one?
You know the 17, no, the 16-17 kit when we got to the final, but we didn't win.
Oh no, 17-18.
17-18, yeah.
The one that looks similar to kind of this. Coutinho was in that kit.
Yeah, Salah's first season. I haven't got Salah's first season.
That kit there is the one.
Yeah, like it burns me. I don't have that.
I think Trent scored a free kick in that kit.
In
the Champions League, I think.
Yeah, that kit's special for me because that's the kit. That was the first kit after me and the missus got married, and someone as a gift got me and her matching shirts with Mr. and Mrs. Sanderson on the back.
That's beautiful, man.
Wicked. Yeah,
that's what it's about. See, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. I wish someone got me. And anyway, yeah. when the time comes, but yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. But yeah, 2 questions. What's Jude Bellingham better than Szoboszlai at? And who's had the best debut in a Liverpool shirt? I think for me, I'm giving that to Thiago. There might be a few others, but from what I remember, his debut against Chelsea and the passing and all that, like, you know what's annoying me as well? I don't see Thiago make those passes anymore. You know, I think I don't know. There might be. Yeah, man. I was watching a compilation that Thiago and when the year Bayern Munich won the Champions League, I watched a comp of him recently and I said, is this the same Thiago that we got? Because it just kind of seems like, I don't know, you know, it's a bit different. I don't know. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'll leave that with these lots, and yeah, man. Hopefully next month I'll call it again.
Yeah, man. Big up, man. Brilliant call, man. Big up yourself, G.
I appreciate it. Love you, man.
Big up, man. Yeah, man. Love you. Big up.
Love it.
Can I speak on the Lavia thing first? I might be wrong.
Yeah, go on.
I think the reason Lavia is actually not getting on the bench at the moment is purely for the fact that I don't think he had a much of a pre-season. And Poch is very, very strong on the whole being fit enough to being on the bench and all that. So I think it's actually more of a protection, because if he was on the bench and then wasn't being brought on, I think that would cause more controversy than him not being on the bench at all. I think once he gets some fitness, some match fitness and stuff, well, not even match fitness because he's got to play to get that, but once he gets some fitness under his belt, I think he'll be fine.
You could be right. You could be right. But again, I definitely think it was monetary rather than footballing reasons why he picked them. But yeah,
I think it was a bit of both. Can't hate on the kid. We messed him about, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Things that Szoboszlai, is there anything Bellingham can do that Szoboszlai can't?
Without people going too crazy at terms, because obviously, like, opinions are opinions. He's not wrong. Like, it's weird. It's like the mind goes, nah, of course Bellingham's got to be better, because it's like we're almost trained into that train of thought now. But like, if you deep it, like Tem said, and you really go through and you think, like, you got all these attributes. So you got like headering, stamina, pace, passing, intelligence, like all the things that like make a footballer, shooting, all the things that you add them all up and then make a footballer. It's very hard to say Bellingham's better than Szoboszlai at many of them. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's a difficult one, isn't it? That is quite a difficult one still.
I think it's weird me saying this because Bellingham's younger. I think Bellingham's slightly more refined, and I think he might be slightly better defensively.
Yeah. I'd probably say he is. Yeah.
I think Szoboszlai is criminally underrated defensive wise. I think we're starting to see that anyway. But Bellingham 6, Szoboszlai 6. This is what I'm saying. Like, us not getting Bellingham, I can live with when you get players like Szoboszlai.
You know what, Imran's got a good point. It's probably just more Bellingham's consistency at this moment. Yeah. That will be the thing that you would kind of put up there. But yeah, Szoboszlai for me. And you know what? He's one thing I'll say, Thames is definitely right. Szoboszlai is definitely the one I would have signed, even without that, like, even in hindsight, without hindsight, whatever. If you're basing it on price, 65 million for Szoboszlai is way better value for money than 115 mil for Bellingham, in my opinion.
Bellingham didn't cost 115. Bellingham cost.
Well, if everyone keeps on putting the add-ons onto Nunes, I'm gonna put the add-ons onto Bellingham.
No, apparently Bellingham's 88 all in. It's just
no. Again,
no, his wages are just mad. His wages are like 350 or 400k.
I heard there are add-ons that take it up to 115. But again, like, if he's 88, then that is a different conversation, because that's a lot cheaper. But...
yeah, it was never a price thing for us. It was always the salary that was an issue.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I do think that we thought we'd have to pay over 100 mil as well. And at that time, we didn't have that kind of money.
We wouldn't have to from the moment we found out Madrid would pay. It's more down to the salary and all that, and agent fees and all that stuff. Best debut in a Liverpool shirt. For me,
there's probably going to be some that I'm going to forget.
It's Sadio for me. In recent memory, Sadio
Arsenal. The Thiago one is a brilliant shout, though, because to come on and break a record in 45 minutes of just pure passing, like just artistry or whatever you want to call it, was a sensation. But yeah, Mane's debut against Arsenal was something different.
I'm trying to think of some others. Emre Can's first game for Liverpool was against Chelsea in a 2-1 loss, and he actually played really well in that game. Going way back, Glenn Johnson's debut against Spurs, we lost the game 2-1. Glenn Johnson was excellent that day. And in the second game he played at Anfield against Stoke, where we won 4-0, Glenn Johnson was our man of the match. And I'll go as far to say, if Glenn Johnson didn't get the knee injury he got against Aston Villa, Glenn Johnson could have very well gone down as one of the best right backs in our history.
I do think Glenn Johnson was criminally underrated in his time at Liverpool still. I do.
I think people forget how good Glenn Johnson was before the injury. He could score screamers with both feet. He could cross. He had pace. He could beat players. Glenn Johnson before the injury was something else. There's a reason we splashed out the money we splashed out for him. He was brilliant.
Was it West Ham we got him from, innit?
Nah, Portsmouth.
Oh yeah. Nah, he was good, man. Glenn Johnson was good. And he was actually performing well before we even bought him.
Naby Keita's debut against West Ham was bloody brilliant.
It was good. I wouldn't put it on a Nunes or a Mane level, but it was a good debut.
Nunes?
Mane, sorry.
Oh.
Mane or Thiago. I wouldn't put it on the level with them, but it was a good debut, though. It was a good debut.
I actually think his debut was excellent.
Was Torres' game against Chelsea his debut?
No, Aston Villa.
Oh yeah, I was thinking, but it was his first goal, innit? The Chelsea game. Yeah,
should have had a few goals in the Aston Villa game. To be fair.
Yeah, I'll go with Mane though, because that's what my memory remembers the most, and it was such a brilliant performance. And I think that was the first time we'd won at the Emirates for a while as well.
Yeah, I shout to Imran. I was just gonna say this: Virgil against Everton, FA Cup, 2-1.
Yeah, scored as well.
If I'm not mistaken, Coutinho's debut.
I can't remember what Coutinho. I can't remember who.
I feel like his debut was against Swansea. I know his first goal was against Swansea. I wonder if his debut was against Swansea.
I can't remember, you know.
If that was his debut, we won that game 5-0. If I'm not mistaken, Coutinho was really good that day. Or was it Wigan? I remember one of his first games he played for us. He was just brilliant. Let me double check actually.
Hey, do you know what? I just want to say, big up Imran every time. Imran's an undercover savage, you know.
Undercover? He's not undercover, bro. Imran's just savage. Imran's my guy, bro. Imran is savage.
Oh my days. Imran is undercover savage. I swear down. Oh man. But yeah, let's get our last caller in.
No,
and
sorry.
you know
his full debut was against Swansea 5-0. He was excellent in that game. Got his first goal for us as well.
I don't even remember that, you know.
Yeah. Jose Enrique scored a beautiful goal in that game. Him and Sturridge and Suarez did a nice little triangle, and he scored with his right foot. We were excellent that day. Suarez scored a sick goal.
Is this Cal bigging up Coutinho?
Coutinho, when he was at Liverpool, Coutinho was untouchable, bro. He just ruined it for himself.
I know. I didn't think you liked talking about him anymore, though.
No. Now look at him. Can barely get on the bench at Villa. Mad that. Oh well. They want the statue built.
He's an old boy now. It's a different time.
Yeah, not that old. He's just, could have had that statue at Anfield. Instead, he chose to go whore himself at Barcelona.
Right. Let's hope this works now. Let's bring in Uncle.
You're mute, Uncle.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There you go.
Sorry about that. I've been waiting 5 hours, so I had to step outside and do something. Don't worry.
No, you're okay.
No, you're right, man.
Listen, I have a few issues, and it's a little worrying. Who signed Endo? Was it FSG or was it Klopp?
It's the Klopp.
It was Klopp and Schmacker.
So why are we pretending like we don't know who signed Endo? Do FSG know the difference between Dua Lipa and Endo? Do they know? Do you know the difference between Dua Lipa and Endo?
Yes.
Right? Drifty, you see, we are trying to make sense of this signing, and I get it. But if we keep saying the line that Klopp wanted leadership in the dressing room, I mean, if a combination of the Dutch captain, the Scottish captain, the Egyptian captain, among others, the Hungarian captain, cannot provide leadership in our dressing room. Now we have to go and get Mr. Miyagi to come and do wax on, wax off. Is that how is that how we are rationalizing Endo? I don't have any problem with the player. He may be the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But let's in director who is simply an appendage for his wishes. That will end up being a problem for us one day. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Let's hope we go to Newcastle and do well, because it's important that the team does well. Let's hope Endo is what they say he is, that he's Mr. Miyagi and he's going to teach the karate kids how to play. That's okay if it works. But nobody should try to tell us that, oh, Endo was on my list. No, Klopp, he wasn't on your list. That's a fucking lie. Because if Endo was on your list, it has taken you since 1st July to now to buy Endo for £16 million. If Endo was on your list, you tried to buy Caicedo for £110 million. Now you've bought Endo. You have more than enough change to get a Big Mac on the way home. So where are the other players we need? Drifty and Carl, tell me that you didn't know that by the 5th game, Konate would have been injured. Tell me you didn't know. Tell me this is news to you that Konate was going to pull something. Tell me you didn't know. Just tell me you didn't know. So how is anybody trying to rationalize all this? We've been linked with everybody from Hansel and Gretel, Aesop's fables. We've been linked with Little Red Riding Hood, her grandma, Cinderella, Snow White, the fucking dwarfs. We've been linked with Jack the Beanstalk, the giant, the bees, and the fucking stairway to heaven. We've been linked with everybody. What the fuck is going on with Liverpool? What is this? And people are trying to rationalize it. And some of you actually think that if Klopp leaves, we won't get a manager. At this level, we can tell the boys to go and play what they know. No manager. Go and play what you know. Get on the pitch. Just go and play what you know. Because Liverpool is the only team where the assistant manager holds an interview in a podcast and tells us that the tactics we are playing are mine. And I have bet my year's salary that the tactics will work. And he's still at post. Do you think that Pep's assistant can do such a thing and be there? You think Alex Ferguson's assistant can do such a thing and be there? You think when Arsene Wenger was the coach, did you know who his manager was? Who his second in command was? Did you know? Do you know who Pep's second in command was? All the coaches under Pep keep leaving and going to manage teams, and they say he's their second in assistant. Have you ever heard anybody giving an interview at Manchester City and saying that he is responsible for tactics? So are you surprised we are where we are? Are you surprised? We have a manager, an assistant manager who is a manager in waiting, who is clearly signaling that when Klopp leaves, he's going to take over. And he's still there. Right? So are you surprised? This morning, I woke up, and those of us on this side of the pond, we wake up later than you. Every morning you wake up, you hear something. This morning I woke up and we were linked. We're going to buy Mats Weaver. Do you know Mats Weaver? Have you heard of him?
No.
So in our midfield, apparently he said this is a DM for
is it final?
For final. Yeah. And the apologists are saying he's a very good player. Okay, I checked his profile. He's played 65 matches in 5 seasons. That's a great player who should come to Liverpool and come and play in the DM. So now we have Endo and Weaver, right? Sounds like a musical group, right? Simon and Garfunkel, like a bridge over troubled water, right? I will lay me down. There's a serious problem in Liverpool, and people need to sit up, right? Every time we make excuses for Klopp. Tell me how you go and sign a 30-year-old player for a team that is serially relegation threatened, and you come and tell us that he was on your list. At least be honest. Tell us it was an afterthought. Last week, Jurgen Klopp told us that he will sign any player he needs to sign. Money is not an issue. Do you remember? Do you remember he said that in his press conference? Do you watch his press conferences? That's what he said. This week, he says money has always been an issue. And yet, 2 weeks ago, we were threatening to sign a player in a British record. And money is still an issue. I mean, listen, I don't mind if money is an issue. But hey, West Ham have employed a director of football who has made clear to the coach that you are not going to get just the players you want. We are going to have a discussion. Mm-hmm. So what have they done? They've signed Mohamed Kudus. They've signed Edson Alvarez. They have signed James Ward-Prowse, right? And this, for good measure, they've signed somebody from Stuttgart because Stuttgart FC seems to be the bordello. It's the Soho. Everybody goes and gets their dollies, right? So they've signed Mavropoulos from there. But they've got Kudus, they've got Edson Alvarez, and they have gotten James Ward-Prowse. Now you tell me, if we had James Ward-Prowse, Mohamed Kudus, and Edson Alvarez, who will be complaining? Because Edson Alvarez can play as a centre-back, he can play as a defensive midfielder, he can play as a full-back on either side. Who will be complaining? Who will be complaining? And you tell me that we followed Mohamed Kudus for 2 years. We even sent Barry Hunter to the World Cup. I'm Ghanaian, I know a lot of people in the Ghanaian team. They were scouting Kudus. Right from the moment he came to score that goal at Anfield. He's gone to West Ham for 35 million pounds. Are we saying that we wouldn't have had enough money from the Caicedo money to buy a player like Mohamed Kudus, knowing very well that Salah is about to leave? And Salah will leave. Give Salah 1 year from now, he will go. Because he will be stupid not to take that £2 million a week. He will be so damn stupid. And if I were his wife, I will fucking kick him out of the bed. Go and collect the fucking bag and come back, you fucking idiot. What's patriotism? What's club legend? What has club legend got to do with the cash that you're going to collect? You know that's what happened to Henderson. You know that's what happened to Stevie Gerrard. Came back, I'm a patriot. Oh, I can't do this. And then the wives were like, get the fuck out of my bed and come back, you fucking idiot. Right? If we want to keep lying to ourselves, let's keep lying to ourselves. But I say to you, honestly and sincerely, that we go into the Newcastle match. We are not favorites because we are going to play Tonali. We are going to play Bruno Guimaraes, who, in my opinion, is only second to Rodri when it comes to DMs. We are going to play a rejuvenated and resurgent Joe Linton. And then there's Isaac. And if there was a time when your centre-back, probably the best centre-back in the league, should not be injured, it's now. Going to play Isaac. Because we don't want Van Dijk doing the little twirly and the little twerky when somebody's taking a shot and he goes through his legs. We need our boy Konate fit and able to chase down Isaac. Right? But this is where we are because we haven't planned. You fail to plan, you plan to fail. Or however they say it, you plan to fail, you fail to plan, whatever. So, how many of you are on pressure medication? Get your pressure medication, put it by your side. Get some nice, long, strong 4-ply Andrex toilet roll whilst you are there because you might need it. Right? Because you have a choice of poisons. Joe Matip or Gomez protecting the flank when Trent decides to go walk about. So if it's not a nightmare enough for you that I've painted, wait, like the song goes, if you think you're lonely now, Wait until tonight. Right? If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. Girl. Right? Somebody should tell Bruno that Cruz is not the only one who can sing. So, look, I hope to God that the invert system goes away. Pep Linder's so-called much vaunted invert system, which he brought to Liverpool and actually has the balls to go on a podcast and spew it, telling us that our manager does absolutely fuck all. He's the one who does everything, right? Let's hope it pans out. Let's hope Endo is the best thing since sliced bread. Let's hope he waxes off and waxes on perfectly. Because if we lose, the meltdown that will follow, I'll be sitting on my toilet and I'll just be watching. Because unlike most people, I'm getting my stack of Andrex, long and strong. You know what I'm saying? Even if the puppy comes to pull it from the rope, there'll still be some left over. Right? Y'all make sure you giddy up, strap up, buy a seat belt if you don't have one, because Tyneside on Sunday is not going to be easy. It's just not going to be easy.
Yeah.
We picked the wrong time to have the problems we're having. If we're a serious team by this time, look at Aston Villa. Carl, how much did they get your boy Musa Diaby for?
About 45 mil apparently.
So if we are a serious team, and you see, I watch you all the time, so I recall everything both you and Drifty and Matt, all three of you say. I don't know how many times you've been on about Liverpool. If you are serious, get Musa Diaby. Get Musa Diaby because he's one of the few players who can actually come and fill fill Salah's spot when he leaves. Am I right or am I wrong?
Correct.
Now we've allowed Aston Villa to get him, and guess what? We have Aston Villa a week after Newcastle, so we're doing great. Let's just hope. Let's just hope. And I know what has been said that we have a very good team, but the forward line and the goalkeeper are the best at what they do. But football is not all about the forward line and the goalkeeper. Somebody has to fill in that space in the middle to make sure that your opponents don't run at you. And notice, Liverpool concede goals. We score goals, we concede goals. So it's just how many we score against how many we concede. You can't win championships and titles that way. You have to have a really solid defense. You have to have a solid midfield that actually stifles opponents. How many of the teams we are competing against? Man City. Because I see us as title contenders. Man City, Arsenal. How many of them will buy and start Endo and claim that he was on their list? How many of them?
None of them.
Arsenal wanted to get rid of Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey is younger than Endo. Right? How many players of the ilk, Jorginho sits on the bench in Arsenal, doesn't he? Calvin Phillips is getting fat on the bench of Man City, right? That's what his manager said. I didn't say it. Ruben Diaz, guys, listen. Ruben Diaz is not starting for Man City. Ruben fucking Diaz doesn't start for Man City. When they won the triple, what did they do? They got Guardiola. They got all the other people. They are still trying to get some more. When we won the Champions League, we got Sepp Vandenberg. Has Sepp Vandenberg kicked a ball for Liverpool? We got the other guy, what's his name? Adrian, right? I don't know whether Adrian is being groomed to become the goalkeeper's trainer or he's going to become the football director, whatever it is. Adrian, we have Adrian, right? And then we bought Elliott for good measure. That's how serious we are. But I say to you once again, some of the teams that we are competing with have Ruben fucking Diaz. Doesn't get a look into the defense. Think about it. Ruben Diaz doesn't get supplant Akanji, Ake, Walker, and now Guardiola. Right? And we sit there and somebody tells us, oh, Endo can jump, he can run, he can shoot, he can hop, he can skip, he can step. So we got him. Right? And that's where we are. That's that state of play. So let's wait and see what happens. Liverpool didn't get Kone. That with a name like Schmuck, I'm not surprised what he's doing there. He couldn't even get Kone over the line when his son is the director of football at Mönchengladbach. And yet he's a director of football. But like I said, if you are called George the Schmuck, I'm not fucking surprised, am I? Find out what Schmuck means in German. But Klopp needed a Schmuck so that he's his appendage, so that he can do whatever he wants for him. Now, let me go on to another topic. For those who complain about buying merchandise, because I heard John talking about no merchandise. The no merchandise thing is personal. But let me ask this. FSG have been there for what, 13 years, 14 years, something like that? So
13.
So they piss me off. I don't buy the merchandise. So I'm sitting there, I haven't bought merchandise for 13 years. Wow. So if the next person comes tomorrow and you don't like him and he spends another 28 years, you won't buy merchandise? Is that what you're saying? It's about a team, people. We support Liverpool. That's our team. I buy everything. I fucking buy everything. I just got my purple gap today. It is so beautiful. I got the purple. I got the training purple. I got everything, and I make no apologies. At the end of the day, I'm a Liverpool supporter. What should I do? Should I go and get the Leyton Orient stuff? They also wear red, right? Or what, Middlesbrough? Should I synchronize? Should I synchronize what I'm doing? Because come on, people. It's Liverpool. The owners of it. Then let me extend the argument. Stop watching Liverpool because you pay subscription. And the biggest stream of revenue that goes to the football team is the subscription we pay for the cable, and that's the biggest stream of revenue, followed by the merchandise, and then they get proceeds. So don't go and watch either, because if you go to Anfield and you go and watch, you are giving them money. And if you do go to Anfield, don't buy anything. Don't even buy the sausage roll, that really unhealthy sausage roll on the SO wall. Don't buy it. Because you never know. All the vendors may be holding franchises from Liverpool, and they may be paying Liverpool. I actually think that's the case. They actually pay Liverpool to sell there on match days. I am very sure that's the case. There's a lot that goes into managing and our team. If you're a supporter, be a supporter. The people that we want out, even the Moores family, which owned Liverpool for 60, nearly 70 years, there came a moment where they left. So everything will leave. The only thing that's not transient in life is God. Everybody will pass. We will all pass, right? I mean, some of you are old enough to remember John Barnes playing for Liverpool. You remember Alan Hansen. Some of us remember Graham Souness. You remember Robbie Fowler. At 17, Robbie Fowler burst on the scene. Before he left Liverpool, he had won the Ballon d'Or. People forget that. He's come and gone. Right? Steve McManaman, come and gone. Who doesn't come and go? Who doesn't come and go? Right? So, if we support our team, let's support our team. This business of I'm not buying merchandise, this is just my personal opinion. I don't buy merchandise because of FSG. It's, you know, it's like rubbing salt in your wounds. It's like taking what do you call it? It's like taking trying to swat a fly off your balls with a mattock. If you miss the fly, what happens to your balls? Right? Your balls become fucking pancake, don't they? Right? Even if you get the fly, you could end up getting fly pancake and testicular pancake, right? So let's support our team. Let's call out what needs to be called out. But Liverpool, our team, the goodwill of Liverpool has not done anything to you. So guys, I leave you with peace. I leave you with the love of God. I leave you with the spirit of Anfield. Let's just go to Newcastle and come back with the 3 points. Because if we don't, I will predict that ice cream in a furnace will not even melt as much as that meltdown will be. And you will tell me I told you so. On that note,
it's always an absolute
You're a
pleasure.
legend.
Oh man, dude.
On that note, any questions?
We just got to make sure we see you on Sunday when we're doing the watch along.
I'll be up. You know, I'm always there. Even if I don't contribute, I'm always there. I always listen. I'm always there. I am always there. I am unemployed and unemployable. So I'm always there. I always listen. So you see, and then another thing, the last thing, and I'm going to play a hometown game. I don't like the comparison between what's his face, Ribery, and Mane, right? No comparison. I'm playing a hometown game. Mane he's just messed himself up. If he had had the presence of mind to stick with Liverpool, I mean, you came second in the Ballon d'Or stakes. What's better than he was the second best player last year, right? And you decided to give it all for 30 shekels of silver. So you became Judas Iscariot, and we know what happened to Judas. Now you've found yourself playing a pensioners league like my Sunday league, in which, you know, I score all the goals because in the land of cripples, the one-legged man is the best goal scorer, right? I score about 10 goals every now and then, every day, because all the people I play with have, you know, pot bellies. Half of them are in wheelchairs, you know. The rest of them only come out and kick a ball when it's gone over the touchline. So what I'm simply saying is that Mane has done it to himself, and we've missed him, right? Everybody knows we've missed him, and he's missed us. So it's a mutually assured destruction. But hey, guys, let's go out there and do it on Sunday. Right. I want to see that win on Sunday, because my cousin is sitting by me. He's laughing that I said we'll go to Newcastle and win. But stranger things have happened. We will go there and go and win. Don't you guys think we'll win?
And no hat trick.
Did he just say endo hat trick? Is that what?
Yeah, he says endo hat trick. Oh, but guess what team he supports? Guess what team he supports?
I bet it's Arsenal.
No. He supports the seven hag team.
And I was gonna say Man United, you know.
I've told him that with the current team they have, if they bring it to Anfield on December 16, the 7 will become 9. And that's a firm promise I'm giving him.
We can loan you guys money.
No money. Did you hear what he said? He said we should come for McTominay. No, we'll take Endo like that, please. Guys, it's been a pleasure, man. I waited long,
thank
but
you.
it's been a pleasure.
Love as always,
Take care,
man.
bro.
You
See
too.
you on
Take care,
Sunday
man.
after
You
the match.
too.
Are you doing the watch along?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's win that. Let's win that. Let's justify Endo. Otherwise, the meltdown will be supersonic. It'll be like Concorde on flames. Yo, take care, people.
Take care, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Oh man, always a pleasure.
Legend.
Always a pleasure.
Absolute legend. Right, people, let's get these supers read out for you guys. Matt's hairline says, let alone we win the league, they're gonna have to evacuate the neighborhood because everyone's gonna need a new bed frame. Hashtag Adam 22 is getting it bad, man.
Bro, himself, bro.
Facts. Shout out to Peterson, says apparently Chelsea want Nunes. FSG are keen for the big money. I don't think we sell Nunes. Not this summer. If Nunes doesn't have a good season this season, then next summer I think we cash in. Well, I think we should cash in, should I say. We probably won't know. We'll probably let his contract run down and then let him go on a free. LFC Aaron says, I love you guys. Been watching since the banter days. Best LFC channel on YouTube. By the way, Cal, could you wish my sister a happy birthday? No, I'm not going to say her name. LFC Aaron, I don't do this. I'm not going to get caught out. Is that happening? But big up to yourself, LFC Aaron.
Yeah, no, big up LFC Aaron every time, man. He's been in the community from day for real.
Trust. John O'Brien says, I posted the link. Thanks, guys. Loving the show. Big up yourself, John.
Yeah, big up, John. Big up.
H says, I can't. Cal, I skipped a for that Kaisano stream.
H, man. Who's the biggest savage? H, Imran, Matt's hairline. Is it still H at the moment? Who is the biggest savage?
H, then Imran, then Matt's hairline. H is the biggest savage so far. Imran's not far off though.
Yeah, I agree.
Shout out to Taddy Official says, I've seen the Deal So jersey reveal before. I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not sure.
Long distance Liverpool says, Cal, if the owners of LFC are not ambitious as you, why would you risk losing Klopp? They will. FSG never bring anything better than Klopp. Getting Klopp was total luck. I don't want to lose Klopp. I'm just saying if he doesn't change his ways.
Fakir. He meant Fakir.
Fakir.
You meant Fakir, yeah.
If Klopp's not doing what he should be doing, he's effectively got to go, and we've got to try and bring in a new manager who will potentially work with the regime. The regime has to go first, but as great as Klopp is, if he's not working, if he's not doing what he's meant to be doing, we can't just keep him lingering around either. But the owners are trash. We know the owners are trash. Just haven't been able to get them out of the club.
John's just made a very good point. I think a lot of people think that Mane didn't know what people were saying about him, but the players do. He was getting a lot of abuse in the first, towards the end of the previous season. So it might have played a part in him thinking, yeah, let me just duck out.
He wanted to leave from the season we won the league. He just wanted something new.
No, it wasn't that season, bro. It was the season after.
No, he did. He did want to leave that summer. But because COVID happened, it was off the table.
When did that? Where
Real
this is new information to me.
No, it's not. It's common knowledge. Real Madrid.
But I've never heard that in my life.
Bro, it's common knowledge. It's actually common knowledge.
Nah, I've never heard that in my life, bro.
Bro, it's common knowledge, bro.
But it can't be because I've never heard it before, bro.
Because
I've never ever heard anybody talk about him leaving until
the plan was for him to leave in the season when we won the league, but when the pandemic happened, everything was on hold. There's no big money transfers happening.
That's news to me.
Then he wanted to leave the summer of after the pandemic. So the pandemic summer, the pandemic season, he wanted to leave that summer. We asked him to stay one more. He stayed one more, and we honoured him.
I know that the actual pandemic season, not the one when we won, which was only right at the end. I heard at the end of that season is when he said, like, I want a new challenge, and then Klopp asked him to stay for the quadruple season. But the whole leaving after we won the league, I've never heard that ever before, ever.
I'm gonna try and find some stuff to show you.
Mane's
Mane's been wanting to leave. He wanted a new challenge. It's nothing to do with the fans. This whole fan stuff, I don't buy it.
I think a lot of people underestimate that they do know when they're being disrespected, though.
He's getting way more love than disrespect.
No, during that bad patch that he had, I'm talking about.
Pimp in distress, big up Pimp. Big Pops. That says we need to speak. 111 mil on the table for a special player. I'm sorry to say it doesn't mean we have 111 mil for any players. That's not how business works. I can explain. Love to Kopish always. Oh, I'm gonna have to hit you up, speak to you about that.
You know what though? I get where Pimp's coming from in that regard. Like, I think I even kind of said something a little bit similar to this. Like, when there's a player who is worth that much, and you push the boat out for that player, it's because your feeling is there's an exceptional possibility here that you don't want to miss out on. But he's right in saying that doesn't automatically mean that once you don't get that player, you are willing to spend the exact same money on a couple of other players, but players that you don't find anywhere near as valuable or as good. I get the sentiment behind that. I do
as well. But isn't that the management to convince the board and be like, well, we haven't got Caicedo for 111, but you see these two players here, they'll add as much value as he would have added.
It is. But this is the same board that even though Klopp told them get me Lavia, didn't think he was worth 50 million. So like, I don't really know. Do you get what I mean? Like,
it still doesn't make sense to me, the whole Lavia thing, and it just doesn't make sense.
What I will say though, before I forget, because it came to me a bit earlier, what's crazy is, as much as I understand everybody's frustration, because I'm right there with you, we were one Caicedo away from everybody thinking, with a shit, let's move, and the whole fan base being over the moon. It's so weird how football, you could be so close yet so far away. Because the way you was getting excited is the way we all felt. And if we'd actually got that over the line, that buzz would still be here, and we would all be feeling the wave of positivity. It's so weird how we so close but so far away. It's mad, isn't
it? Sorry, you see Lee's comment. Lee's comment. Big up Goon and Lee in the building, bro. That's our brother, right?
I'm not gonna lie though, Lee. The way that sounds is like you left the bus stop or something, bro. Like,
no, I think he means back your ball out.
Yeah, I know. Big up, Lee.
H, I can't really read this out, but Schmacker's the king of festival toilet. Rumor has it he sits bare batty and drops plonkers. Splashback through the war, hitting his underneath as well. I told you it's H. H is the most brutal on there. It's H, man. Matt's hairline says, I like shirts, Callum. what's that? Yeah, I'm not even going to take that one seriously, man. Big up to Ensman TV. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Says, to be fair, Cal, I would like to hear the questions he was asked to understand the context, because people will now make stuff up. Bless up the man. And that's a point as well. I don't actually know what the question was that was asked.
Yeah. Ensman's that is a very good point. I think there's a lot of time we hear the answer, but we don't actually know what rattled him or what was asked to make him do that. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Shout out to Vacabon, says there is no FFP in Saudi Arabia. They're backed by the government. And when China tried to do it and failed, even South America had the most talented players staying there, not moving. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Saudi seem to have different type of money though, man. Plus it's tax-free over there as well, isn't it? So everything you earn is all yours.
I mean, a lot of people forget that to live in a country that's tax-free, a lot of the goods are more expensive to buy because that's how you make the money. I don't know if that like Sweden, for example, I know because I was there. It's tax free if you work, but then the goods you buy are more expensive. So cost of living might be more expensive, but like, yeah, I mean, it still sounds
still
absolutely
balances out, innit?
sensational. I think you'll probably still end up richer regardless if you
I
get it
mean,
that
not
way.
probably, Drift. Two
Yeah,
mil a week
yeah.
in Saudi Arabia is different to 2 mil a week over here. You're only
Yeah,
probably seeing about a mil
I
of
mean,
that.
again, I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm guessing it has to because the country's got to make money somehow. But I know, like Sweden, for example, when I
Oil.
was over there,
Money makes money from oil. Like,
that's how
natural.
I.
It's
That's
like
how I
us.
met
It's
them.
like me selling grass from the garden, bro. It's always gonna grow. Like,
I
they're
hear
good
that.
for
I
money.
hear that.
They're good. Shout out to Aaron. Aaron, am I calling in? No, bro. I ain't giving you the link to call in. You've been harassing me, bro. Ash says Endo got 6 kids. Man knows the stress is pressure. Yeah, for real.
Oh, does he have 6 kids for
He's
real?
got 6 youths. Jeez.
Bruh.
How is he doing that? Bro, big. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we have signed the 6 in it.
Oh yeah. If you've got 6 kids, you have to have a support system. Real talk, because that must be very difficult to do. Just you and your wife, man. That's got to be like nan and granddads and aunties and uncles. And
a meal, bro. But just cooking. Cooking's a madness for 8 people, bro.
No, I'm starting to think about things like kids want to go Legoland or something. Yeah,
No,
like...
but that's just out of the question, bro.
No, but you gotta go on family trips at some point, bro.
I'll buy Lego and you can build on the land that we live on, bro. I'm gonna be real. 6.
Like 6 kids, the size of your yard, bro. To have
you've got to cook for 8 people every single meal, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's 24 meals, bro. 24 feeding, bro. Do you even have enough plates in the yard, bro? How much are you washing up a day? What's the dishwasher saying? 6. Nah, man, I'd have to split them lot up, man. I'd have to alternate the days. Each kid gets a day with the parents. The other kids have got to find their way, man. 6.
Bruh.
But you see the stress I'm under with 2.
Yeah. So we say you set a tent up in the back garden, and every day one's allowed to come sleep in the house, and the others have to sleep in the tent.
No.
Oh man.
No, that's mad. 6. Big up, man.
I'm not someone who believes in maids and stuff like that, but I think if I had 6 children, I'd probably have to hire a maid to just help out, or a nanny or whatever.
Kids, I'd pay for everything, bro. Maid, driver.
Yeah, you gotta have a nanny.
Therapist.
You gotta have some help, man. Yeah.
Therapist on deck, bro. Like, where are you
man.
going? I finished my shift. Like, nah, take this extra bread. I need to talk. I've got some stuff I need to get off my chest.
Them kids would learn real quick to appreciate peanut butter sandwiches, bro. I tell you that much.
It might just be bread and butter, bro.
And I'm never gonna lie, I love a peanut butter sandwich, but like they'd have to learn this is what it is.
It might just be bread and peanut butter. So it might just be bread and butter, bro. Might not be no peanut about.
I just realized if you've got 6 kids, Cal, you order a pizza, everybody only gets 1 slice.
Yes, I
what?
know.
That's it, bruv.
You're not. I don't think you deeped it, bruv. I've already deeped. I've done the mash, bruv. I remember. I've got 2 kids here, bruv. I've got 2 youths, bruv. Stevie's 4, Robbie's 2. These brothers will eat their food, and they'll see my food, and Robbie will come and sit on my lap and put his hand in my plate. That's just 1 youth. Do you know what I do now? You know I've got the space in between the kitchen and the downstairs toilet. But sometimes I just lock that little door, bro, and I go and eat there, bro. I stand on my feet and eat like I'm at a christening, bro.
Paper plate settings, you know.
And bro, I hear them calling me. I hear them calling me sometimes, but I'm like, if I don't eat this or they catch a whiff of what I'm eating, they're gonna eat it, bro.
That's mad still.
I left a snack on the side, bro. Bruv, next thing I just hear the packet going and Robbie's eating it, bro.
Nah, I'm not ever gonna lie. Imran is the biggest savage. Imran is the savage. Oh man.
No, bro. This is, I'm telling you, I don't know. I know people will go, yeah, he's rich, he's a footballer. The mental strain of having 6 kids is mad. You can't even have a normal 7. What car do you have, bro? What do you have to get one of those for van? You got to get a van, bro. You got to get a minibus.
Do you know what? It's mad. I'm actually realizing the only reason he ain't got 7 is because he's got no time to beat anymore.
Yeah. No, it's so true, bro.
Where'd you find the time to beat with 6 kids,
You can't, bro? You can't.
And in all fairness to your wife, she's gonna be so exhausted after the long day of looking after her because you
no.
can't even expect anything anyway. Mad thing.
The semen retention must be mad, bro. That's why he's got so much energy, bro. That's why he's got so much energy, of course. And they lashing, he ain't even relieving himself, bro. That's the reason, bro. Maybe Klopp's onto something for real, bro. Like, how can he? You're telling me you train, you might have a match, and then you got to come home and deal with 6 kids, bro. And then you're thinking, oh, I'm going to knock one out. Nah, I'm all right, man. I'd roll up in a ball and go to bed, bro. Like, I don't know. Miss me out, bro. Miss me all the way out, bro. I'm done, bro. What?
Oh my god!
Playing DM against Man City while they're popping the ball about. Come home, got to deal with the kids, and then the missus tried to put on me. I'll be like, baby, go and chill downstairs or something, man. Get your hand off me, man. Like, you ain't getting none.
Yeah, man. I have to treat you like Rodri, man. Move.
Come off me, man. I don't care. Don't touch it. Ain't yours. It's mine. Oh, man.
Oh, my days. Fucking hell.
Mad life to live. 6.
You know, John's got a point. The eldest child becomes a nanny. That's a fact.
Yeah. Brother, I didn't even tell you what Phoebe said the other day, did I? I can't even remember what we were doing. I think, yeah, the miss was telling me she was driving, but the car, we had the car MOT'd and serviced, so I think they loosened the car seat.
Oh man, fucking hell, oh god.
So yeah, the mechanics loosened the car seat in it. So the missus was driving and she saw the car seat was swaying a little bit, so she pulled over to fix it because obviously Robbie was sitting it. So she took Robbie out of the car seat and put him in Stevie's lap. Imagine Stevie's gone, I'm so sick of this baby stuff. I was like, what? He's like, I'm just sick of it. Like, bro, you're 4. I was like, you know how many years you've got left of this? Like, because Robbie pisses him off as well. Robbie just causes trouble, innit? So
I'm not gonna lie, Stevie's personality is sensational.
He's an old man, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's because he's an old man. He's an old man in a young person's body.
His personality is sensational. Some of the stuff that you guys have told me that he said is just sensational. I swear down.
Yeah, Robbie's really starting to. Now Robbie's starting to talk more. He's starting to come out with some wild stuff himself as well. The other day, man called me cow, and then when I asked him why did he do that, he said it was Stevie who did it. He's trying to get his.
No, I'm not gonna lie. That's one thing where man has to get a pull up for that still.
Oh,
I'm
bro.
dad, and I will always be dad.
Yeah, he faced the wall for a little while still. He can tell you everything on that wall now. He can tell you absolutely everything. Harry says, so we have 110 mil budget and we can't spend 35 to 40 on Kone, Thuram and Gravenberch. And also centre back, I've noticed this window we only like release clauses because we can't negotiate properly. Facts. Well, Schmacker can't.
That's on Schmacker, definitely.
Imagine you call your son to broker a deal and your son just airs your calls. or just doesn't take you seriously?
I'm still hoping it's because we know we've always got that ace in the pack.
I bet you any money someone else comes in for Kone between now and the end of the window if we ain't careful. Peter says, got one more question. That's, what's the football debate you had and you couldn't believe you were having? For me, it was, I had to argue that Bobby was better than Tammy Abraham. Whoever you had that with, you should probably cut off as a friend, bro. It was one we had on air, actually. I think you were saying Traore is more technically gifted than Salah.
I said he's got better feet.
It was along those lines, yeah. That was a tough one.
I mean, if you go back and look at Pete Traore, now everyone's going to think about this dead version now, but
25 or 26, bro. Man ain't had a peak yet.
Go and look at Pete Traore. I don't even know if I still stand on that hill, but Traore is a much better player than people remember.
Also, I will say a lot of people were cussing Mateus Nunes. Mateus Nunes might be going Man City. I wonder if he's still rubbish.
I don't think anyone thought he was raw. Oh, man. Actually, he should be back. Yeah, there you go. I know this has been happening a lot to Cal recently. It's been happening to you a lot recently, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm going to stop mentioning Man City still. T1 says, how do Liverpool fans feel knowing that Chelsea's trajectory would have been different if we had won against them back in 2002, 2003 to get top four? Roman probably doesn't buy Chelsea. Yeah, it hurts. They've been stabbing us ever since, man.
Do you think that rumour is true that Liverpool were one of the clubs he looked at, Roman?
Yeah, it was literally between us and Chelsea. Whoever got top four that day, and Chelsea got top four.
Mad, isn't it? And apparently John Terry was going to go Man United. Was it Man United? Like John Terry was even going to leave Chelsea, apparently, some of the rumours. But then obviously because they got top four and Roman took over, he stayed, and then the rest is history. That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Streets Approved. Tim says, Gomez starts versus Newcastle. I've got one left in me. I've got one left in. I gotta read this first.
Yeah, we can't read that.
Yeah, can't read that one, but yes, that is true. That is very true. Oh, that's so damaging, man.
They got a daughter as well, man.
I know. Mr. Sinclair says, if your employer doesn't care, your colleague walking in at lunch wearing a singlet box, you can complain all you want. You just left praying man don't walk in nude with toothbrush next time. So the singlet and boxes, you know, imagine. Man, they're looking like Kurt Angle. Jason says Endo doing a 6-ting on and off the pitch. For real. Oh boy. Well, people, that brings us to the end of our monthly call-in show. It's been a blast as always.
I said this won't be a long one. I didn't want this to be a long one, and you lot dragged me out, man.
Yeah, I knew it would be though, because of everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks and everything that probably won't happen in the next week.
To be honest, though, even though I'm absolutely exhausted and I'm starving, I love this show, and this was goated. Yeah. Everyone was brilliant today.
This was jokes today. All the callers were excellent as well. So yeah. We'll be back. We'll have a Newcastle preview, so make sure you switch on the notification bell for that. And then we will be live on Sunday, Newcastle United versus Liverpool Football Club. Geez, well, it's not that much different where we are. It's 2:30 a.m. in the morning for us.
Yeah, somebody ordered me at Uber Eats, man. I'm hungry.
Yeah, I got some jerk chicken and stuff to eat now. No.
No. Oh man. I see the way you just let it in that you've got some jerk chicken recipe. Thanks for that, Cal. I hope you enjoy it, bro.
Yeah, I will, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I hope you enjoy it. How's the diet going?
Getting there, bro. To be honest,
I got a new plug for you. No pun intended. I'm gonna ruin that diet, bro.
Oh, don't drift, man. I'm doing so well, bro. Please, bro. No, allow it, drift, man. I'm sorry. I stepped out of line. I'm sorry, bro. What? Just out of curiosity, what is it though?
Big up Kevin. It's 7 a.m. in India. That is some legendary dedication. Big up.
So Jason says, unbelievable content, lads. Appreciate it as always. And I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are the legends.
Big up. It's of a cinnamon persuasion.
Oh.
That's all I'll say.
Cake, yeah?
It's sweet. It's not savory, yeah.
Is it pastry?
I'll just leave you in suspense. You enjoy your jerk chicken, big man.
Oh, man. Yeah. I've got one for you, actually. Have you got an Aldi near you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
They do a Rocky Road, bruv, in a packet.
Have I had Rocky Road before? I don't know if
Fire.
I don't know if I've had Rocky Road before.
Fire.
Is it like a nougat Rocky Road, isn't it?
I don't know what it is, brother. Fire.
All right. I thought he was on a diet, bro.
Yeah, but one cheat day a week, bruv.
Okay, fair dues.
Fire drifting. Bumbo fire.
I'd have to check that out.
And you got to put it in the fridge for a little bit.
Oh, one of them ones.
Not even for long now, maybe half an hour. Gives you that punch, bro. Sensational, bro.
I'll definitely check that out. H knows about it as well but the Sainsbury's one.
Yeah, Sainsbury's runs up there still. But this
you know me already, bro. If you just said Tesco's, it was a 24-hour thing, I'd have gone now, bro.
Nah, it's only Aldi.
Yeah.
Only Aldi, but yeah, it's handcrafted as well. So,
okay, that extra touch.
Yeah, it's got that specialness, man. And people, enough love to you all. As we said, make sure you join us on Sunday for the watch along, and hopefully we get that dub. Until we see you next time, people, have a great rest of the weekend. Until we see you Sunday, stay safe, stay blessed. We're Kopish for our people. Take care.
Peace.
Thank you.